Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is a special Tuesday edition. We never do Tuesday evening early, but I decided today to do an impromptu live stream. Why? Because I put forth a challenge. I'm trying to find the best residential real estate investment in the world. I'm hoping I would get some assistance here. We've talked about two of them, but actually, I've made two videos about TRX Exchange and LNI Con. In Greece is LNI Con, and Kuala Lumpur is where the TRX Exchange is. These are places where they have started out with maybe $300 a square foot, $500 a square foot, $800 a square foot, $1,000 per square foot. Why? Because of amenities, ladies and gentlemen. We talk about amenities, 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 and location. Location does matter. So that's why it's very interesting what I think about it. And I want to find out what you who are real estate investors who are hopefully going to join me on this live stream, because it's not our normal Monday, Wednesday, and Friday live stream. But tonight I just felt it was a little bit different today. And I'm going to explain a little bit about it. But first, welcome. And stop struggling now, gear. Nobody's coming to save you. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Welcome back. And ladies and gentlemen, please share the videos, because there's a lot of people who are going to miss out on the next real estate boom, especially because either they already have purchased or they're going to have to purchase when they start reducing the interest rates. Now, there's something that actually happened today that I have to explain, but let me talk about this first because we have people in the house. We have Kim Cham is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Tuesday early edition, the impromptu edition. Thank you for being here. And again, I appreciate it greatly. Please share the videos. Now, let's get into this today. Grandma's house. Some of you have seen me do videos at Grandma's house like a year, 2 years back, all the time, every now and then when I'm in Florida. Can you believe a year ago? This is incredible. A year ago, the going sale price for a home was around the low 100s, such as 130, 125. In this environment where they're increasing the interest rates, but they have put an international airport in the mix. That's right. Less than 5 miles away is the international airport. They also have a seaport that you can actually bring in cruise ships right now without dredging. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's also in this small town. They don't have tourism. They don't have anything, really. But I cannot believe what I saw today. The real estate property went up nearly $100,000 from last year. Can sell the home now in the 200,000s. No improvements, no nothing. But because they're widening streets and highways, because they're setting up walkways, because they're doing all of this crazy stuff, this is getting very, very special. Oh, and look who else is going to join us this evening. It was not even planned. I thought the man was going to be busy for another hour because he's going to have to talk about something that is not going to be on the list starting out, but I'm still going to bring him on because we're talking about real estate, ladies and gentlemen. This is impromptu. This is very, very special. Unbeknownst to anybody, I just said we're going to do a live stream tonight. And I had to, because we're trying to find, and we're going to have Nestor Leftfield's going to join us here shortly. And I'm going to have to tell you, Nestor, wait about 3 to 5 minutes because this is a special edition. We're trying to find the best real estate investment in the world. Oh, yes, we have something special for people here tonight, Nestor. And we got phase 3 in Ensaya, which is in downtown Punta Cana, that we're going to talk about since he's here. All right, so you guys are going to have to wait for that one. Even Nestor's going to have to enjoy some of this best of in the world projects. This is going to be special. He's going to be very happy, too, about it, because once he finds out how much they're charging elsewhere, he's going to be like, holy smokes, we're undervalued in Punta Cana. So you guys got to get in early. But again, 5 minutes, Nestor, just so you know. He's going to join us, ladies and gentlemen. Our preferred friend, colleague, he's here helping us. You can always search the channel for Nestor Leftfield. His name will come up. You'll see some of the videos, ladies and gentlemen. He's one of the nicest realtors in Punta Cana. So let's get into this. I'm going to show a 5-minute video. So actually, you might as well go get some drinks and eats for a minute, Nestor, because I'm going to show a 5-minute video, and then I still got to talk about 5 minutes. So I just want to break it out. First things first, if anybody wants to submit the best real estate, the best residential real estate project in the world, you want to submit your entry, please make comments down below. So far, TRX Exchange in Kuala Lumpur. That's right, you heard me. In Malaysia, ladies and gentlemen. The second one, because I'm the one that so far has had to submit these, the second one is Ellen Icon in Athens, Greece. And it's lucky that some of you are going to be here tonight, because I'm going to show you a video for Ellen Icon in Greece. And yes, it's 5 minutes. It's unbelievable. And this video is about, I believe it's about 3 to 5 years old. So this is part of when they were in, I believe, New York. So I can't start the video when they show the actual video of the project. So a few minutes, a guy's going to be talking because he's at a forum, and then you can see what he's talking about. Then that video will play because he's going to say, show the video. So you got to see this project. And I want to know if somebody can figure out before the end of this 5 minutes, if you can figure out how much per square meter or how much per square foot is this going to cost. And I'm just going to warn you right now, this Ellen Icon, it's 1,500 acres. It's huge. It takes up a lot of space. All right. But this project, I believe, is pretty awesome. So I'm going to let you guys check this out here. All right. Here goes the first. Anybody else, let me know what you guys are thinking. And just so Nestor's here, I invited him last minute. This is not a normal live stream. So just to let you know, Nestor, this was just impromptu. So people will see this on replay more than likely because nobody knows about it. I just did it in the last hour or so. I was like, I got to do it. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be about 5 minutes long. So get your pen, pads, and paper. Ellen Icon, Athens, Greece. Check this out.
And now we will continue. Unfortunately, Mr. Thanasiou could not be with us because COVID has gone, but not completely. So, but fortunately, we have very, very few, people who did not manage to make it to our forum today because of this. But instead, we have a short video. If we can play the video to showcase exactly the amazing progress achieved in one of the biggest projects in Greece, a transformational one. And again, what you will see is something done. So can we have the video, please?
Let me know if anybody has any comment on that. Is that something that's spectacular and you don't know the half of it? Because what I'm going to talk about is something that is crazy or private. I shouldn't say private beach. It's a public beach there. It's 4 kilometers long. They have their own marina. They also have villas that are on their own side of the beach. They have Marina Towers, which is also on the beach. And then they have a residential community in the back with a park, with parks. It's crazy. 20 tennis courts, basketball courts, soccer fields, wellness centers, which means there's a fitness center as well. I mean, it's out of control. University. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if anybody has any comments on this. I want to know about it. Yahweh J is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Impromptu Tuesday live edition. All right. I just had to bring up the Ellen icon. And the reason I have to bring it up, let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know what you guys are thinking. We will get around to it. But we're going to have Nestor here tonight. I gotta send him a message. So I'm going to bring him on because Nestor is a real estate realtor, and I'm pretty sure he probably invests because he's in the right location at the right time. I'm pretty sure he picked up some nice cheap property over there. So he's an investor also, I'm pretty sure, or because he's a realtor, he helps other people invest. So he has ideas about projects. And so we're going to talk about this tonight because that's this deal we have tonight. Anybody, please make comments down below. If you see this in replay, also let me know what you think is going to be one of the best projects in the world. Residential, not just a real estate project. A real estate project is easy. They have these mega projects. That's no big deal. What's a mega project? What I mean by mega projects are just because you have shopping mall and you have a area that has a shopping mall, then there's a sports center up the way. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is where you live, you can walk out and everything is where you live. This isn't about city blocks. This is about a complex, residential complex, not just a block like Hudson Yards, for instance. Hudson Yards in New York, they have buildings like 15 Hudson Yards, 35 Hudson Yards. Okay, they made buildings. Then it's like spans 4 or 5 blocks. Then, of course, if you go 4 or 5 blocks in New York City, you're going to have restaurants, bars, nightclubs, getting to the subway. That's not what I'm talking about. I am talking about residential neighborhood where you walk out, other people are coming to come visit, but this is where you live. And it's secure gates, meaning everybody can't come into where you live as well. So that's what we're talking about here. All right, let me bring on Nestor. Let me bring in a realtor and a special realtor, a friend of ours, ladies and gentlemen. We got to bring him on. Nestor is here. Welcome.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, SSN Nation. How are you? How's everything? Long time no see you guys, but I'm back again. I'm better now and extremely happy to be here, of course, once more with you, Eric, and with all SSN Nation family. So we're talking about residential, and you know that this area, Punta Cana, is not a is not considered residential for many people because they always look for investment for rent. But we do have a big, big, big population that lives all year round here. We have a lot of expats that are moving in, and of course, as a residential areas, we do have a lot. To give you a couple of examples, we do have Punta Cana Village, where I live in. We have here a school, we have pharmacy, we have high school here, we have all the facilities and all the things that you need to live. And not only this one, we have the same concept in Cap Cana. We have the same concept also in Vista Cana. So those areas are not only for investment. So it will depend the type of property that you choose that will make the difference. But all these big closed gated communities are focused not only on rents and investment per se, but also on residential. We do have that potential on the area. We have, well, when I moved in 2012 to Dominican Republic, this was a very, very small community. Right now, we are over 65,000 people living on Punta Cana area and Bávaro area. There are some areas in Bávaro that are also suitable for 100% residents. For example, inside, hello, Mr. Mua, Mr. Vernon, how are you? So, for example, Cocotal has also those advantages. Even though it doesn't have schools inside, it's very close to several schools. And it's getting bigger and bigger that the projects are including this type of facilities inside their communities. And of course, I don't know if you noticed, all of this are closed gated communities. Eric,
Yes, I
give
love it.
me
I
give
love it.
give me
I
your
love
point of
it.
view of this.
Oh man. Hey, well, first of all, I have to reiterate, we are looking for the best real estate investments in the world. Now, he's made a very good point about Punta Cana, ladies and gentlemen, but this isn't going to be solely about Punta Cana tonight. But Nestor has brought up very valid points. This is part of the best in the world. Where you live is also where you could vacation. It could also be an investment. It could also be where your kids can grow up, also be where you go to school, college, higher learning, and what better place higher learning when you have pools,
Exactly.
restaurants, bars, nightclubs? I mean, what the heck is
I,
going
I
on?
I'm gonna give you a little example. Since the pandemic, the foreign that are moving down to Punta Cana, it's extremely high, the numbers, because we have an advantage. All the virtual nomads and all the people that work online, they found a paradise here
That's
because
right.
you have summer all year round. You have great internet connectivity. You got amazing utilities. You got a very, very safe population. The crime rate is extremely low.
Yes,
And also the cost per living, it's very low comparing to other sites or
that's
other
right.
places in the world, including
That is
Latin
correct.
America. So
That
we
is right.
do have one of the best systems in all Latin America and one of the most stable economies. So that ensures that when you work here and you get paid either with wire transfers or any form of payment, your money will keep the value because inflation it keeps at bay. So that's something very important to have in mind. So on the projects, I have three that I picked that I love, extremely love. You know, I'm a Savannah man. I love Savannah for living, not only for renting, especially the villas. And Miss Tara knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So she's one of the privileged ones that went and she got one of the last villas available on the Appaloosa model and the
Yes.
Mustang. We
Yeah.
still do have some availability on the big ones. We got
Yes.
some Cs, some Frisians, and some Savannas, of course. And but that's one of the projects that I really really love because it's a very tight community. I personally know almost 90% of the owners in Savannah. I know them personally because most of them went through me to go to Savannah or went through our office to go to Savannah. Other project that I love everything that's inside Punta Cana Village. So it's not only where I live at the moment, but the developing is amazing and it's backed up by Grupo Punta Cana, the owners of the airport. So
Yep.
there are some advantages there.
Yes.
And the other end will be Capcana. For a living residential area, it's a very tight community. It's a very in vogue community, even though people seems to think it's extremely expensive to live there. There are some opportunities that are that are needed to take care to to be watching for them. Okay, for example, we have two projects, two condo projects right now. One is Cana Essence, which I love. It's on the golf course in Las Iguanas. So this is the new developing area. Amazing views to Green Village, and on the top floor you have an amazing view of the beach, just 7-10 minutes away from the beach. Very nice and fair price per square meter, and the condos are not small. So like we saw on Serenissima, the sizes are house sizes. That one, it's also amazing for residential. Okay, and also inside of Cap Cana, of course, it goes to the high end extreme because it's inside the marina. Okay, this one is in Las Iguanas. The other project that I love inside Cap Cana, it's called Live. It's a very nice project. It's just next to Cana Essence. Also condos. All the ground floors they have garden. It's the layouts are beautiful, not extremely pricey as people think. So with a good investment of $300,000, you get a very nice, decent size, 2 bedrooms plus service bedroom for the maids, and you get all the works. And if you see the advantages that you will have when you join a community like Punta Cana, like Vista Cana, like Cap Cana, that you have preference for the schools, you have preference for their medical service, the private medical service inside those compounds. You got all the utilities that are private. For example, in Cap Cana, water, electricity, it comes from Cap Cana. Same thing happens in Punta Cana. Probably it will come like that in Vista Cana very soon. So that's something that you have to have in mind. That's why all the east coast of Dominican Republic, all La Altagracia, we call it, it's a safe haven and a bubble. It's an economic bubble that it doesn't matter what happened in this country. This is like bolted. So everything will be steady, and it's still the same here.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, Nestor's putting forth great information, ladies and gentlemen, because this is actually part of real estate investments. That's how it turns out. You can live there, but it ends up being an investment. And this is why when I started talking about the best residential real estate investments in the world, I wasn't going to include Dominican Republic. You know why? Because I'm partial. That's why.
Yeah,
I'm partial.
I
And
know.
but
I know you love it.
yes, but Nestor is putting forth what you're looking for, and that's what I'm looking for in the whole world. You cannot compare when you start, like he was talking about Cap Cana. Now, he's made a very good argument for Cap Cana to be one of those best places in the world. The reason being, when you come through Cap Cana's gates, just as he mentioned, everything is there. 3 golf courses, hospital, equestrian centers, 3 world famous beaches in one location. That's crazy. And they
You
have
got also the school, the high school, the
exactly,
university inside the compound.
exactly. And the marina is there, which you can bring in like 150 foot boats. It's crazy, right? So
Yeah.
all of this is there. And this is exactly why when you start talking about the world, but here, check this out, Nestor. This is what's so crazy. I started off the Ellen Icon video. Okay. Now, granted, oh, by the way, Ellen Icon is I don't know the numbers by square meters or square feet, but all I know is by acres. It's 1,582, 1,550
Wow.
acres. All right.
Wow,
But
that's
here's the
huge.
thing, Cap Cana, they also are over 1,000 acres. All right.
Yes.
The whole space. They just haven't built on it yet. It's huge. All right. It's almost a little short from the Ellen Icon. But here's what I want people to know. One of the reasons I'm doing this is so everybody can understand the value of certain locations and why the value is what it is. So here's the shocking thing about Ellen Icon. And Nestor, you're going to go crazy about this. I don't even want to say the number, but I'm going to say the number in square feet. All right. Since we're doing Americans here.
Yeah.
Okay. The minimum when they first started pre construction, get this pre construction, $835 per square foot.
Wow.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow. That's insane. It's extremely high.
Yeah. In other words, to get everybody into the metric system, $8,300 per square meter.
Wow. That's too much.
Exactly.
And
Minimum. Minimum.
people complain when you show land here that goes for $150 per square meter. So
Exactly.
we're talking about $75 per square feet.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Exactly.
it,
Exactly. This is what we're dealing with here. But that's not all, Nestor. Here's the worst part. Here's the worst part. Because they have villas there that are on the water. And they have a penthouse and they have, several different types of units. When pre-construction came out, just like Serenissima, people think Serenissima is expensive, right? Okay. Well, how about this, Nestor? Does this is even unbelievable. $29,000 per square meter.
wow,
Yes.
that that's way too
Yes.
much. Not
Well,
even I have those prices.
70% of L and Icon, one of their towers, is already sold out. 70% is sold at 29,000. But guess this: if you want to get there now, it's 32,000 a square meter.
Wow, wow, wow.
It's going
It's
up.
you have to be Bill Gates or Elon Musk to go there to invest.
Exactly.
This, that's for
Exactly.
change for them.
Exactly. Who lives there? But 70% of the tower is sold out, and they sold out half of the villas. The villas are like Beverly Hill prices, 10 million, 15. I mean, this is crazy. It's a project that's not even built yet. It's in pre-construction.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
here you
And
found that type of properties. Here you found villas that goes over the $20 million on places
yes.
like Casa de Campo and also
Yep.
inside Cana. You do have them,
That's
but
correct.
we're talking about huge, huge,
They're
huge property.
massive. Yeah, they're
They're
massive.
massive. So
Yeah.
we're talking about a bedroom villa
Right.
on 1,500 square meter construction on a 5,000 square meter land. So we're talking almost 1 acre of land just for that villa. So, and of course, with all the
Exactly.
amenities and yada yada, goes to those prices. And also, something that
Yep.
increases the prices of the property will be the materials that they're using. So they're using marble from Italy. They're using, all this extremely nice fixtures with rare metals and that type of stuff. So that increases the value of the property. But even
Yep.
though you have those prices on this community, you can found, for
Exactly.
example, inside Capcana, between 4,000, 3,000, $4,000 per square meter. So it's not that bad. And of course, when you put the family into the middle of this and you think, okay, what do I want for my family? I
Exactly.
want quiet, I want safety, I want education, I want the amenities for them to enjoy. So the price doesn't sound that hard. When you put that on perspective and put it on balance, that's what
That's
has
right.
the weight that you have to think for your family and you have to think what's good for them and what will you will leave behind. Because, for example, it's not the same thing that I buy a property on the middle of nowhere where it's never going to be developed. Or to give you an example, on the Mojave Desert. Mojave Desert is a very nice investment. But and you know why I bring this up because I wanted to buy there. So it's a crazy investment that you pay very cheap for the land, but it's always
Yep.
going to be cheap because it's never going to be developed. When
Right.
you go to an island like Dominican Republic, like Canuan, like I don't know, St. Bart, that we are short on land, and you
That's right.
know that it's going to be developed because it have to be developed. Like these compounds, like Capcana, Punta Cana, and Vista Cana, the appreciation of the land is going to go up, and also
That's right.
the how do you say this the conceptualization of the community is very important too. So because you're gonna be around peers, around the people that thinks like you and acts like you. So it will be something. Well, it's my point of view. So everyone
Right.
can nurture from that.
That's right. That's what makes investing interesting. I call it like a little experiment half of the time. Because even though you believe things are going to happen a certain way, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. But at the same time, you take your best educated guess, you do your research, you feel, and everybody invests differently. So that's what makes this beautiful. Like we can stick in DR for a moment. If I'm in Eastern sector, Cap Cana and Punta Cana itself, Casa de Campo, you mentioned, La Romana area. Just in that 2 hour stretch right there, you have everything. You have things that are $100 a square foot. You have things that are $500 a square foot, and you have things that are $2,000 a square foot. It just depends on where you want to invest your money and what you're looking
Exactly.
for. That's basically what investing is all about. So that's what makes Dominican Republic itself unique. But what also makes Dominican Republic special, because we weren't going to talk about DR, but now I am, is that it's rising. In other words, the tourist numbers, they are doing ridiculous numbers. Every month it's a new record from all-time high. And
Yes.
that's based on the production, the everything the infrastructure they're building there, and people from all over the world, which normally would just go, oh, we're going to bypass all this, we're going to Miami. Now the people are saying, hold on a second, I don't have to spend $2 million, $1 million, or whatever in Miami. I can come over here and get the same thing for like 300, $400,000. And the infrastructure and the cost to live in DR is cheaper. So they're saying, forget that. I'm coming over to the island. People over in Spain and France and Italy and all over the world, South America, are saying, hold on. We love the prices. It's perfect pricing because they know what's going to happen, Nestor. They know what's going to happen. The prices
Exactly.
are below the world as far as square meter cost.
We have the lowest cost per square meter, either in construction or land, on all the Caribbean region.
Exactly.
So we do have that advantage. So and
Exactly.
all the politics that the government is implementing and all the laws that they are coming with, they make that it stays low. So they prevent it to go higher. So it will increase the investment on the island and people from abroad coming down here. So
Exactly.
it's, as I told you a little bit ago, it's a safe haven for investors, also for living.
Right.
Just think about it. We don't have to
Exactly.
deal with winter. Just with that, we are great.
Hey, 80 degrees pretty much. I think the average is all year long. I mean,
Yep.
some people don't know, Nestor. I used to live in Puerto Rico, which is right next door.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, it was the same atmosphere. I mean, it's shorts,
Yeah.
t-shirts pretty much all the time. It's like
It's
didn't even
it's
have
exactly
jackets. I
60
mean,
miles away from the house.
yeah, it was never like so we moved to Jersey. All of a sudden we're looking around when it gets like October or something. It's like, hold on, we need jackets. We don't even have jackets up here. What the heck's going on? Because there was never a need for any jackets, really. I mean, it's
Exactly.
crazy.
It's here. It's just as you say. It's extremely comfortable for everyone to live, and the
Exactly.
community is great, and that's very important when you want to invest. You need to focus on that. And as you mentioned, numbers here, the tourism is increasing. You need people that needs to live here to give service to all that tourism that is coming. And service, I don't mean service as maids, that type of stuff. They need everything. They need clinics. They need insurance. They need all the works. What a city needs, we need it, and that's why this area is developing
That's right.
thanks to the tourism. So everyone's moving down here because it's one of the points of advantage for the steady living here.
Exactly. And that also brings in some other aspects because we're talking real estate, but think of real estate as in uh, business real estate as well. Because if you get a commercial location, which by the way, you have a
We do
commercial
have it.
location, you can, if you own a commercial location and you're in an up and coming city, that means people are moving in business wise. And now you have revenue, or if you have a business, you can use it. So it's a dual threat, in my opinion, for investments. And a hot spot means people always want to get it. So if some tenant says, well, I want to leave, you're like, thank you very much, because I get to raise the rent and get a new tenant, and somebody will take it over within 30 days as soon as it's available. So
Exactly.
that's the position you're putting yourself in. And you have to think about this, even in the mega projects like Ellen Icon and TRX Exchange. If you can own an office suite, building, some business, and you start it out while they're growing, now you establish yourself early and you get the benefit of not having to advertise for your clientele because they're moving in over the next 3 to 5 years. Every time there's new residents showing up. I mean, it's crazy. So you're building yourself in a future. And of course, Professor Auntie Val, thank you so much for being here. Beachfront Java's in the house. Harlem World King, I believe that's Harlem World, right? Let me see if Harlem World. Yes, it is. Harlem World King is here. Thank you so much, man, for being in the house tonight on the SSN Nation Impromptu live stream on a Tuesday night. Muha Vernon is in the house as well. Peace to you. Welcome for this evening. This is a different evening. This is a different conversation tonight because we're talking about the best real estate projects in the world. And I already showed Ellen Icon in Greece. That is spectacular. The cost is outrageous. It's high. It's crazy. It's not even built yet. And I can only imagine what's going to happen when it's built, then how much the price is going to be per square foot. I mean, this is insane. I mean, like I
At
said,
least 35-40% more than it's now.
exactly. I can't even imagine. When I saw the per square meter cost there, I was like, I had to do a double take. I'm like, is this for real? I was like, this is awesome.
Like
I've never seen anything like this.
you thought it was a typo.
Yeah, exactly. I really did. Because New York City, it costs more than New York City per square foot.
Wow.
That's how crazy this is. The average price is more than New York City. And I'm like, holy smokes, this can't be happening. Athens, Greece isn't like New York City. It's not like even LA. It's not even like Hong Kong. It's not like, I'm just like, how is this possible? But people are buying. And there's a reason, because Greece at one time, it was pricey, but then they went through their bankruptcy and their overhaul of their financial system. So now the cost of living for everybody there is less than it used to be. So people are saying, oh, yeah, it's pretty cool to hang out there. And then some people are taking advantage. They're like, well, this is like Cana of Athens, of Greece, where they're saying, well, we're going to build something special for the people that have a lot of money. And that's what they're doing. So they're bringing, and oh, by the way, the Ellen Icon, Nestor, and everybody else, 75,000 jobs are going to be in that complex. That is crazy. That is crazy. That's a lot of people.
Well, that increased the value also.
Exactly. That's what helps increase the value. Just like when we're talking about Cana is a perfect example. Those 5-star hotels, resorts, all of those all-inclusives that they keep putting there, that increases the values, and they're putting in 5-star or 3 diamond, 5 diamond, whatever you want to call them. They're not just putting in any old thing. They're staying true to the brand. They're saying, okay, we're going to have all upscale luxury type hotels, or anybody that comes in here, world famous chefs are going to be here. Same thing. That's what you have to do, right? So if you want to do that and you want to keep your property values up, this is a one of those lessons for real estate. You have to start thinking. He mentioned, you mentioned Punta Cana Village. That was Punta Cana Village, right?
Sorry, my dog is barking.
Yeah, no worry. We'll call him Punta Cana from now on. No, I'm just Punta Cana Village. I went there and they had that nice little shopping. I don't know, outdoor. where there was cafes, where there was a little ice cream.
Yeah,
And
that will be the we call it Galerías Punta Cana. That's
yeah,
where all the restaurants are. It's a small strip
exactly.
that has
Exactly.
restaurants. They are coming with phase two,
Yep.
and at the end of phase two, will come. You will find Blue Mall. So it's
Yeah.
all the same
All
strip.
the way down. Yep.
It's like a commercial area for Punta Cana Village, but we also do have the boulevard. That's the main street of Punta Cana Village. That you
Yep.
have all these big office buildings
Yep.
where all the Grupo Punta Cana offices are, and all the banks are there.
Banks are
And we
there.
also
Yep.
have two hospitals there,
Yep.
two clinics. So
Yep.
it's a very nice community.
That's correct. Our man Johan Confidante is down there as well. That's
Yep.
right.
His office is just a couple of blocks away from my house.
Exactly right. Exactly. He's right down there.
Very
So,
nice lawyer, very nice
yep,
guy, by the way.
that's right. He's been on the show. He's here. He's that's our go-to man right there. We love Johan. All right. So yes, if you need a lawyer in the DR, go with Johan Confidante. You can find videos with me and Johan, several of them on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. He's the preeminent lawyer in the DR. That's what I always call him. All right. So now let's get into something else, because we weren't going to talk about probably projects, but since you're here, I want to know, there's some, okay, we talked about Vista Cana.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just get things straight. You guys already know, if you're a fan of the SSN Nation, you guys know how I feel. I have my own favorites. There's no doubt about it. I have the top 5 best investment areas in Punta Cana region. I have the top 3 projects in Punta Cana. All right. So we mentioned Cap Cana, which is actually one of, in my, I believe that's my number 2 in Punta Cana on my list. I can't remember my list exactly because the top 5 is, well, they're almost all the same. But Cap Cana, I believe, is number 2. Yes, it is. I think it was 2 because number 1 is something that is not really upscale, or people don't look at it, but it was the Los Corrales, El Cortocito area, because it's still relatively inexpensive, but you can walk. As long as you get in that vicinity, you can walk. It's not gated, but they already have like infrastructure, because that used to be where everybody stayed, because that's
Yeah.
where everything was. So you have the beach, you have everything there. But Cap Cana was number 2. The reason why certain things happen is because Cap Cana, Vista Cana, downtown, all those areas in my top 5. But the reason they can't move to number 1 is because they're still doing construction. They don't have an infrastructure really, except Cap Cana does kind of, but they still have thousands of acres that they can build out there. I mean, it's insane.
No, it's gonna take like 20, 25 years to be
Exactly,
developed completely.
exactly,
It's
exactly,
extremely big.
exactly. It's insane.
Well, they've been Capcana's been here for 20 years now.
Right,
So that's when it started,
right.
and we are not on a third of the land yet.
Exactly, exactly. That's
So,
how
by the
crazy.
way, Capcana is also my number 2.
Exactly. Now, we have something going on downtown, though. See, there's something missing downtown, in my opinion. Even though I love downtown, I know the development plan. We have it here. I actually showed people the next 10-year plan that they have. So people know it's going to be spectacular. But there's one thing there. I'll just tell you right now. I mean, we have to have criticisms for everything, and people may change. But here's the one thing downtown that was missing. They have condo projects, and then they have projects. So, for instance, the beach, people may know about. Okay, that's cool. They have a lagoon, but all right, fine. Then you have downtown, which has Coco Bongo, things like that, AC Hotel. There's going to add other hotels, but these are all separate pieces. It's like a monopoly board. It's like, okay, we have the Caribbean Lake Park. Okay, cool. We have the soccer place. Okay, cool. We have the convention center when it comes. Okay, cool. I mean, it's all like pieces of a puzzle. They're just putting them together. It's not like one cohesive situation. So what I want to talk about is, we have places like Cap Cana. We have places like Vista Cana, right? Downtown's not that. Downtown is all separate,
It's
except
separate, except Aldea.
Aldea Park. Exactly.
Exactly.
This is what I'm excited about. I want to know what's going to be there, because if they do this right, they would be the only, well, so far, the only residential project that's gated with amenities inside their gates. That would be the only place downtown. So that's what I
Exactly.
want
And
to know.
that's why Aldea has the advantage to be both things. So
Yes,
Aldea Park, completely the whole area, including Ensaya and all the houses of Aldea, has that advantage because they thought of a close gated community inside this commercial area. So
exactly.
you're going to be on the middle of everything, and you can do dual investment. You can do either for rent or for living because you're going to be close to everything. Imagine raising your kids about 10 minutes away from the dolphins. So they're going to be amazed every single weekend. So if you don't know what to do with the kids on the weekend, you go just throw it at the dolphins and that's it. So on Aldea, they're developing this concept that you'll have all the amenities, all this close gated community, okay, within the commercial area. Oh, and by the way, we have amazing news that I think only Eric and Mo knows this. Ansaya came up with the third phase of construction. They just came out on last Friday. So it's opportunity time, guys. If you want some info, you have my contact. So please don't let it pass. It's exactly the same layout as Ansaya 2. So they're going to use the same concept. And it's just next to Ansaya 2. So we are on the same area and we are still developing.
Okay. Well, see, this right here, it could be exciting. This could be very exciting because nobody knows thus far unless you want to clue us in. Maybe they clued you in. We still want to understand. I want to understand where what's in Aldea Park. We don't know. There's going to be townhomes. There's going to be villas. There's
Okay.
going to be condos. But where? Okay, that's fine. But I want to know what else is going to be in there. Is there going to be like pools somewhere, a sports
It's
section?
going to be okay. I can disclose a little bit, but not
Okay.
too much
All
yet.
right. Okay.
But there are going to be amenities there, and
Okay.
there is also like a clubhouse type, clubhouse style on the
Okay.
area that
Okay.
you can get advantage from, and of course there is a private restaurant, bar, and all the works. So that's the basic things. That as far as I can tell, that I'm allowed to tell, that's
Okay.
as far as I can go.
Okay.
At this point. But I know for a fact that in a couple of months, we're going to be delivering great news about it. And of course, on the whole development of downtown Punta Cana. Also, you know that downtown's already going with the set, the Centro Empresarial Turístico, that's a commercial area just very close to Aldea. And of course, it's just next to Cocobongo. So it's going to
Yes.
be on the same area. And what's special about the set is that this all the second floor, it's medical service.
Oh.
So they have two two offices per specialty on this second floor. So it's very interesting that you will have not only a IMG hospital very close, but you will have this medical service just inside downtown Punta Cana. So it's an advantage for the area.
Right. And there's one other thing that you mentioned that I forgot about when you said something that I did not know because I was trying to find out how many residents are actually in Punta Cana area, and you did say 65,000, right?
Yeah, that's according to the last census,
Yes.
but that's fixed. But we do have a floating population that comes and goes,
Yes.
especially seasonal,
Yes.
because we have people that comes down to work here during the season, and we do have a huge community, especially Canadians and Americans, but
Yes.
from the northern states that move during the whole winter to Dominican. Most of them already own places here, so they spend from October just uh, getting into the fall all the way to the end of winter. and some of them spend spring here and they go back to States and Canada during summer. So
Yes.
we got they're badly called the winter birds.
Yeah, snowbirds. It's like in Florida. It almost the same migration as Florida.
Yeah,
And if you live in Florida, there's a huge difference on the amount of people starting like at the end of November, December until like March, April. All of us, there's like millions of people that are in these areas just on those 6 months, 7 months. This is how the DR is, except the DR, in my opinion, is a little bit better. The reason why I say this is because it's on an island scenario. And if you're in the Punta Eastern region or even northern region like Sosua or south where Santo Domingo is, you're by the water. So it's not like you're inland. So you have a little breeze. It's a little different than any place, even in Miami. I stay in South Florida too. And it's just a little different. When you're in the islands, it always seems like there's a breeze. It always seems like I can just go to the water. I mean, it's like a whole different vibe from even just being in Florida. So that's what's kind of weird for me, even though they're not even 1,000 miles apart, but it seems just a different vibe or something to me. So that's what I love about the DR and even Puerto Rico and things like that. But now, Aldea. Okay, Aldea. Now, I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, we've said this before. The longer you wait, that means you're going to pay more. There's just no way around it. So I'm going to tell you, I do have prices. And I'm kind of like they're starting to escalate because I'm just going to tell people like it is. You keep waiting around, you're about to mess up. Because I'm looking at one bedrooms here, Nestor, in this phase 3. I mean, yeah, they have one for 92.5. That's good. They have some for 99. But that's like studio units.
exactly.
They're
They
not
are
one
studio.
bedroom. Yeah, they're studio units. You used to be able to get one bedrooms for that. In fact,
Yep.
2 years ago, you could get a 2-bedroom for that if it's a condo.
Yeah.
Now a 2-bedroom on the second floor is 182,000 at Aldea. So prices are escalating, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot keep waiting around. If you keep waiting around, you're going to find yourself on the outside looking in, because after this next year, they're going to break records this year. Next year, there's going to be more people coming in December, January, February, March, and April. They're probably going to break records again. Some of those hundreds of thousands of people are going to be buying these. Prices are going to go up. So don't wait. Get in touch with Nestor. If you're interested in anything in Vista Cana, Cap Cana, downtown, we have special projects. In fact, I got to tell you, Nestor, we're talking about Aldea, but here's where I start having issues. I got issues. You know why? Because here I am looking at a 2-bedroom on the second floor for 182,750. Now, I just got to tell it like it is. We're talking about Sabana is 195,000
A 2-bedroom.
for a 2-bedroom.
Yep. With garden.
Exactly. This is where I'm like, how is okay, ladies and gentlemen, Sabana has equestrian center, clubhouse, gated community, and it's inside Vista Cana.
And it's the only project with a owner finance.
Exactly. Oh yeah, owner financing. That's
And
correct.
one of the few projects in the Dominican Republic that you can pay directly on the United States on Bank of America. So that's
Yeah.
also another advantage that you
Oh,
don't have to do wire transfers or anything.
exactly.
You
Huge
just
advantage.
a direct payment on Bank of America.
Exactly. This is where I start getting crazy, because I'm like, you have an opportunity. Yes, Aldea Park is nice. It's beautiful. But Vista Cana is like my number 2 project. My number 2 is Vista Cana. So when we talk projects, I'm just like, to me, it's hard. Okay, You cannot put 2 man-made beaches at Aldea. You can't put an equestrian center at Aldea. You cannot put a sports complex with a sports bar and deli and 2 soccer fields and 5 or 6 tennis courts and 2 or 3 basketball courts and a pool and all this in
I'm
a sports
climbing wall.
Exactly. You can't put that in Aldea. I mean, this is crazy. You're not going to have all that. You're not going to have a commercial zone, even though you will in Aldea. But in Vista Cana, you're going to have a couple of commercial zones. This is insane. You're not going to have a 9-hole executive golf course in downtown either. This is crazy. And to just almost be the same price, I'm just like, I got to go get something at Savannah like yesterday. And
Of
by
course.
the way, you left something out. You left something out about Savannah. I've
What?
told people already. They know. Hey, I'm going to show you something, Nestor. This is I got to show you something. I have
Show me something
for a
special.
long time. I'm going to show you something from. This is going to. I'll show you this. Then we'll talk about Savannah. Check this out. This is something that happened like 3 years ago or something. Check this out. All right, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the owners of Vista Cana in Punta, Cana, Dominican Republic. What did I tell you? I can't believe it. The owners are actually here of this awesome project. And you know how we're doing it. You know I'm getting a unit here, but after seeing this, I might have to get 2. All right? Now, this is Tony. Tell them your name. George and Tony. You guys say something, just to let the people know.
Come on in, guys. We're waiting for you here.
Everybody, welcome to Punta Cana, and Vista Cana is the best place.
He's right. I'm vouching for it. You guys are going to see more video, so come on down. In fact, get down here ASAP. You better get your property now, because I'm telling you, a year from now, you're going to be too late, and the prices are going to be too high for you. So get your behinds down here now.
And you were right at that moment. You were a prophet on that moment, because prices now change. And that was, and not only prices, all the whole project changed.
Exactly.
3 years ago was not even the shadow of what is now.
Exactly.
And what is coming is even better,
Exactly.
because they're expanding, and they're expanding a lot, and they're coming with some amazing things, especially on the Savannah area, close to Savannah.
Oh, I know.
All the new beach that's
I
coming,
know.
that's
I
3
know.
times the size of this one. And
Yep.
well, I showed you the clubhouse,
Yes.
how it's coming out.
Yes.
The pool's already ready,
Yep.
and they're opening it just in a couple of months.
That's right.
So everything's developing super fast in Savannah. It's
right.
amazing to see Mr. Tony and Mr. Horace so young on that video. And you know what's wonderful of Vista Cana? That it's a family style project.
Yes.
They are always on top of the project. It doesn't matter what time of the day you go to the project, you will see either Mr. Tony, Mr. Jorge, or Mr. Sebastian running around the project, checking out the constructions, checking out the development. So they care for what they are doing. And they're like that. They're extremely approachable people.
That's right.
And they're going to be neighbors of Savannah. So
that's right. I was just going to say there's the last clue, ladies and gentlemen. And I keep forgetting in Spanish, our B is a V. So Savannah is right. They live there.
Yeah.
So that's
and the horses already arrived.
Exactly.
By the way,
they lived there.
They arrived last week. They brought the horses to the stables, to the private stables.
Yep.
So they are moving things forward. They're all the houses are, all the C types are almost 100% up. So they are developing super fast. It's very probable that they will deliver earlier than expected.
Yes.
So it's they're working hard.
Yes.
It's amazing project.
Frankly,
that's my number one.
Yeah. And quite frankly, I just have to be honest with people. If first of all, they have some of the largest villas in the area between downtown and where Vista Cana sits. Ladies and gentlemen, they got like 4,000 square foot villas.
Yeah.
This is insane.
In fact, I did the calculations today for a virtual nomad
Uh,
that's looking for a house, and we
yep,
were watching Savannah, and the Savannah villa is 4,853 square feet construction.
exactly.
So it's
Exactly.
not small.
No, it's not. It's not. And that's what's so, but here's the thing. What most people don't realize is you could have been like Nadine, who got something there when it first came out, and you would have only paid in the 300 and some odd thousands. Now, I don't even know what it is. Is it 600,000 now for the?
Well, it depends. It's starting 416, 422, depending on the lot. And if we go to the high end, it's 700 and
Yeah,
up.
exactly. And you could have bought for half that if you would have been there with, well, with me 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
exactly, exactly. If people listen to you 3 years ago, they will bought it extremely cheap. I
Exactly.
remember that the first house was sold in 198.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it was a Landes a one
Exactly.
level Landes.
Exactly.
It's beautiful house.
Yep.
It's not that small. It's not that big. It's a very
Right.
nice size,
Right.
but it was 198. The last
Exactly.
one of those was sold in 242.
Yep. Yep.
So, and the last Tapaloosa that was sold, it started in 260, if I can recall right.
That's
The
right.
last one was sold 2 weeks ago, $378,000 without the pool, without the barbecue,
Exactly.
without the extra room.
Exactly.
So that was
Exactly.
the basic villa.
Right. So lessons should be learned, ladies and gentlemen. If you're considering a real estate investment, no credit check, no qualifying, and at Sabana, or I should use the
Yeah, the
appropriate
example.
Spanish, Savannah. I should use
Yes,
that, Savannah. If you go to Savannah, owner financing, as he said, it's up to 8 years. And is it still 9.7%?
it's still 9.7.
Right.
So they're using that rate fixed. It
Okay.
doesn't matter if the market goes up, they still 9.7.
Exactly. And see, this is what is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. So it's still pre construction. In about 2 years or sooner, the property could be finished. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, you'll still be paying the same amount if you do the owner financing, but your property value will be higher. You'll have appreciation. It's not like you're going out here buying a home that's already fixed and it's you bought it for, let's say, 500,000, and then it's still 500,000. You are actually buying something like 500,000, but when you actually occupy it, it's probably going to be worth 600,000 or 550 or 700,000. The sky's the limit, but guess what? More people are coming. More people are coming, which now means there's going to be an increase in price. You guys are investors in the house. When you have high demand and not that much inventory, prices
Prices
go
go
up.
up.
That's it. Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
basic economic.
That's
It's
right.
basic
No way
economic.
around it. So that's why you want to do two things. You want to have one of the best locations, and you also want to be purchasing in that best location. So you have a win-win because location, location, location. And then in what we do here, amenities, amenities, amenities. That's all you need.
And
It's for
on this case, you have also the community part if you wanted to do residential,
exactly. Exactly.
because you will have the school district just a couple of minutes away from Savannah. You
Yep.
have all the amenities that you want. You have the restaurants, you have all the healthcare services. So it's located on the middle of everything.
Exactly. Exactly. That's right. So these are the type of projects we love, ladies and gentlemen. And you should love that too. This is why I want to know what is the best project in the world, regardless of price. But it has to be something where you can live. I don't want to hear I bought something in New York City. That's not a project. All right. As soon as you leave your building, everybody's around is in your neighborhood. No, we want it where there's gates, it's closed off, only certain people can be in there. It ain't open to the general public. That's generally what we're talking about here. Anybody has an idea, put it down below in the comments because we want to know. Now, Nestor's number's been scrolling across the screen. Make sure when you contact him, let him know you're from SSN Nation, ladies and gentlemen. Again,
As many other have did
that's
so
right.
far.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. You guys are doing great. Some of you are going to be, look, there's people who have bought 2 or 3
Yeah.
properties in Punta Cana. And Jaway J is still on the hunt too. And what's literally going to happen? Few people in SSN Nation have bought 3 projects,
Yeah.
4 units, and all those people are literally millionaires. And most people don't understand why. But I'm saying, if they're buying something at 100, 115 per square feet, 1,100, 1,200 per square meter, we're already at 2,000 already in lots of areas. We're already at 3,000 when we start moving over to Cap Cana.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time that we're going to catch up with Cap Cana, and these people are going to earn 3 times their value of their property is going to be 3 times what they bought it for. So if they bought something for 200,000, 600,000 is not off the table. If you bought something for 100,000, 300,000 not off the table. It's going to happen. There's no way around it. So this is part of finding the best real estate opportunities in the world. Don't restrict yourself to certain areas. Think abroad. All right. Think in the United States, think abroad, think where you want to go. And I'm going to say this because last night I have live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Nestor, here's the thing what a lot of people don't think about. You are a corporation when you think like a CEO. So again, I just said multiple properties. Some people go, whoa, wait a minute. But hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, I go over here to Aldea downtown because we know downtown is going to be awesome. There's a lot more coming. And in fact, if you want to find out the downtown development plan, down below in the description, I have it. Go, you guys will have it too. It's down there. It's a PDF. But look at this at Aldea. Remember I was mentioning the studio unit, 92.5. All right. So I can buy, it's 364 square feet. So we're almost at, it's 200 per square feet already. It's almost approaching 3. I can buy that unit for 92.5. I can go over to Savannah, get me a 2-bedroom, Savannah, 2-bedroom with a garden, with the little, do we still get jacuzzi in there?
You can put a jacuzzi. The jacuzzi is $12,000.
Okay. All right. So we can go over there. So I can have 2 properties under 300. And then I can sit there and say, you know what, let me go get something else. And now I can have 3 properties, 400, 500,000. Millionaire status, because if we're already at 200 per square meter, we know we're going to be at 3. So now it's going to be 2 times that value. So we know it's going to be worth $1.5 million in the next 2 years. It's not rocket science because we're having the influx of people. And by the way, what about this second airport? What's going on?
Okay,
That's going on.
That's a pickle with the second airport.
Yeah, what is going down here? They already got rulings against
them.
them.
They are coming back and forth with all the permits and all the things.
Yeah,
but
crazy.
My personal opinion, I'm not. So this is a disclaimer. This is my personal opinion. It's not. It does not come from anyone else. It doesn't represent the brand. It's my personal opinion.
Right.
So the whole development of the area, it's going to need the airport at some point.
That's right. That is correct.
And they will have to put it. If it's not there, it will be a couple of kilometers back north, or because it will need the area.
That is correct.
Because at some point, Punta Cana Airport will not be allowed to grow anymore because of the room that it needs. Right now, we're hitting the 7 million tourists.
Yep.
So we hit almost the 600,000 tourists last month, and those numbers are huge for a tiny airport like the one that we have. Even though they're expanding, we're going to reach some point that it could not fulfill the demand. So naturally, we will need another space to do it.
That's correct.
But
I agree.
You know how politics are, and they're coming back and forth with that. But we expect they have an answer to that very, very soon.
Yes. Well, I'm going to give you my point of view. I echo part of what you're saying as well. They're going to need a second airport because, in fact, they did hit the 600,000 number last month. They broke the record, 680,000, I believe it was. And Nestor, 60% of those travelers come through Punta Cana International Airport. So last year, I keep track of all this. Last year, they had 700,000 plus visitors last year by air in Punta Cana. So far, they're breaking all the records. Last month, they broke the record by 40 to 60,000. I expect them to go, how about this, Nestor? 800,000. I expect them to do something like 780 to 810. It's going to be close to 800,000 this year, breaking the record. So remember, that means if it reaches, let's just say it reaches 800, we'll just guess. 60 is 480,000 that came through Punta Cana Airport. Not cruise, just through Punta Cana Airport by air. That right there is going to increase year after year. So that's why it's imperative, if you're thinking about real estate and any business, you need to think business and real estate in the DR right now on the eastern side. It can be anywhere. Everything in the Dominican Republic is going to raise. But you always want to be where there's a demand, a high demand, not just Santo Domingo, Arabacoa, Sosua. You want to be where 60% of the air traffic is coming to an area, and that's where you need to be, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you invest in real estate. It's that simple. You don't act crazy. You don't have to recreate the wheel. All you have to do is say, here's my 10% down, which, by the way, Nestor, what are the down payments these days? Because those are starting to rise.
Right now, they're using 20%,
Exactly.
between 15 and 20%.
Exactly.
So they change a little bit the game, no?
Yeah.
In fact, there are some of the projects that still are working with the 10, 40, 50 or 10, 60, and but nowadays it's between 15 and 20. Some people are paying 30, so it will depend. Of course, the more you offer as a down payment on the signature, and there's a trick, guys, you can ask for a discount.
That's right.
Not guaranteed that you will get it, but you never know. Knock the door is not coming in.
Right.
So try it. If you say, well, if I can sign with this, I can go a little bit lower. And usually they go with a yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because 1% is still a few $1,000s less.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty serious. And so also, now we went on that side of the fence. We'll go on the other side of the fence. Some of you may be going, oh, man, now I'm out of it. All I can do is 10%. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Just like he was saying, if I put more money down, can I get a discount? It's up to you to say, hey, can I put a little bit less money down? And maybe they'll say yes.
Of course.
Exactly. They'll take because remember, this is pre-construction. It's different if they already built it. Then they would say, nah, we're not going to do. Now they're like, well, the guy's going to make his payments over the next year and a half, 2 years. So maybe we'll do it that way. So you have two ways you can do it. You want a discount? Put more down. Simple as that. If you can't afford more down, then you have to ask for maybe a little less down payment. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, get in. Nobody's stopping you. This is no barriers to entry because they're still allowing. There's no credit check in the DR for pre-construction right now in any of the projects you're doing, right? So
exactly,
there's nobody. Everybody wins. You just got to make sure you can make the payments, the monthly payments. It's that simple. All right. So you guys got to get on this. Get in touch with Nestor. He's from the Punta Cana Solutions Real Estate Team. Nestor left here.
And right. Part of our team is going to Colombia tomorrow. They're leaving to the.
You're going too?
No, I'm not going. I'm staying here on home base. Yes, I'm staying here on home base. But part of our team and our CEO, they're going to Colombia from August 10th to the 13th. on Corferias, on the Gran Salón Inmobiliario of Bogota. So
Oh,
it's one of the major real estate fairs on South America and the Caribbean area. So it's one of the important ones.
see, this right here, Nestor. See, I'm glad you came tonight because now people have no excuse. You guys know Bogota is pretty big, large population. So
Huge.
yeah, you know people are gonna go. You know what's so funny? People in South America, they're picking places like New York, Miami, some places in the Caribbean, but they're not thinking about the Dominican Republic for the most part until your
Well,
crew
that's
goes down
changing.
there. Exactly. Your crew goes down there. All of a sudden they're like, what do you mean I can buy something at Aldea for $182,000? That's a 2-bedroom and it's 936 square feet. They're going to be like, wait a minute, I was just going to go buy something in Miami for 1.25 million. And I was happy about it. I was happy about it. A condo, I was happy. And you're telling me I have to
Exactly.
spend 200,000? They're going to be like, and I get all these amenities? That's
Plus the tax exemption that you won't have in the US.
yes, exactly. And you got comfort tours and things like that as well that they can implement for some of these projects. So they're sitting there like, wait a minute, you mean I don't have any tax money to pay? I'm just like, it's like, hold on, we have to redirect our funds. And this is what's spurring the buying for Dominican Republic, quite frankly, because people around the world they still don't know about it. See, Greece is a whole nother thing because people have been investing in Greece for the last like 10 years, ever since they had their little bankruptcy situation. So people were able to buy cheap property in the Greek Isles for the last 20 years, it seems. So this is different. They're sitting there going, wait a minute, they're building billions of dollars of infrastructure. We don't have to pay for it. And we can buy something at $100, $200, $300 a square meter. They're like, are you serious? They're just
Exactly. And that's the way to think. That's the way that you should think when you're going to do this type of investment.
yeah,
That's what
exactly.
you have to look for.
Exactly. Because it's a win-win. And there's another thing we have to get into too, Nestor, because I get into real estate rental prices. I simply do a basic search. I go to Airbnb. I put in Punta, Cana, Dominican Republic. I just look at certain things, which it's just a tracker because you can't say today this is the price, and then 2 years from now you know the price is going to be more, but you just don't know how much. But the kickers that I'm looking for, just in case somebody wants to do some type of research, is you got to look at how much are things renting for based on, I'm going to pick something inside Vista Cana. Okay. Then I go, okay, I'm going to pick something downtown. Downtown and Vista Cana are two different things. The price
Completely.
points for rental are going to be different right now, and they're going to be different 2 years and 3 years from now. So you have to start thinking, okay, Vista Cana has these 2 man-made beaches, 2 Vista Cana clubhouse and beach clubhouse, equestrian center, golf course, sports car, all that. And they're renting for $150, let's say, for a 2-bedroom condo. Then you go downtown and you see the exact same thing right now at 150. Okay, but what you don't understand is they could rent for the same price right now. But when everything gets built in, there's going to be a situation where that 150 is not going to be 150 for either of them. They're going to be something like 250, 300. And
Or
one's
even
going
more.
to outweigh the other based on the amenities that people feel are more valuable. So that's why if you set yourself up where amenities are going to be and they're going to be more valuable, then that means you're going to ultimately be able to get the higher rent across the board. So you get to do 2 things. You buy property at a low price. That means, I'll give an example. I go over here to Aldea Park. I go buy that 2-bedroom for $182,000. I don't go to Savannah. I go over here. And all of a sudden, right now, let's say, when are they going to finish that? That's at December 2026.
Yeah.
Okay. Right now.
That will be phase 3.
Yeah, phase 3. So right now, I can't predict how much rent's going to be, but I do know this. I have a rule. My rule, 1%. Can I
Exactly.
rent for $180 per night at 2-bedroom at Aldea Park with amenities in downtown? I think so. Reason why? because I can go look at what's in the area downtown, AC hotel, where I can just get a hotel room. That's it. I got a pool out back. I got a little cafe I can eat. Wi-Fi, great. Nothing else. Guess what? I'm going to be spending 150 to 175 a night right now in a hotel room downtown. You don't think I can rent a 2-bedroom for more than my 1%?
Of course.
Of course. So that's the golden rule. Now, the other thing, Nestor, this is for DR. Do you happen to know what the occupancy rate is in the DR?
Yes. Yes.
I know
In
you
fact, as you do your research, I do mine. I use an amazing tool that's called AirDNA that
That's right.
manages all the rents of Airbnb and VRBO
That's
and booking that and makes you all the graphics and numbers and everything. So
That's
right
right.
now we are between 60 and 65% occupation at this
Exactly.
moment on low season.
Exactly.
On low season, okay, that
Exactly.
and this is very important. You won't have that 60% all year round. If we go
Right.
to the high season, you will have 80, 85, 90, even more. Last year we
Oh,
reached 92% occupation. 92%.
yes.
So that's basically we don't have rooms anymore.
Exactly.
So and that lasted the whole season from
Yes.
December to May.
Yes.
It was
And
crazy, and this year is expected to be the same. So
yeah.
we do a media of that. Remember that I love the fatalistic numbers when I'm
Yes.
doing numbers, so you can get impressed when you will see the real numbers.
Yes.
So we go between 65 and 70% media year round.
That's right. That's right. And just so everybody understands, he does his research, I do mine. Here's something I did not know. April. Normally in the United States, when we take Southeast America, people start leaving, the snowbirds, as they call them, start leaving at the end of March and the first week or second week of April. This year in the DR, I learned something new. I know there's a Holy Week, but I didn't know there was a Holy 2 weeks. There was
Well,
2
it's
weeks.
not actually 2 weeks, but they take the 2 weeks, the whole thing. They join spring break and the Holy Week.
Exactly. It was
So
crazy. Nestor, in the month of
the whole month.
April, it was over 90% occupancy in what I would call shoulder season. It was incredible. I was like, is this? I said, oh my God, April's included? Because I always included January, February, March. I included like half of April on all my conservative figures. But then this year I was like, what's going on over here? It's like 95, 92%. I was like, how did this? Oh, this April, the whole month of April. I was like,
and
oh,
remember there is something that it's like the alignment of the planets here in Latin America.
yeah,
We do have several festivities that
right.
are during that shoulder season.
Exactly.
Because first we have the carnival,
right?
so that's at the beginning of February. But we know, Latins, we love to party, so we join that. 40 days after that, we have the Holy Week. But on
Right.
the middle of those 40 days, here in Punta Cana, we have spring break and we have the PGA Tour.
Yep.
So starting February all the way to April, it's almost high season here.
Exactly.
Even though it's the shoulder season, it's going to be rented out, everything.
Exactly. And here's something that just happened this year as well. Everybody on the SSN Nation knows this on the live streams, not so much when I do the videos, but JetBlue earlier, like it was 2 months ago, JetBlue, the #1 destination for JetBlue vacations, which is June, July, and August. So in May, the #1 destination was Dominican Republic for their JetBlue vacations. Booked up damn near. I was like, that's a sign right there. I said, so they're breaking the record this summer, ladies and gentlemen. I'm waiting for the July numbers to come out. I already know it's going to be somewhere close to 800,000. I'm expecting 805, 810. I'm hoping it goes 800 because that would be awesome because next year it's going to be 850. So again, let's see. We got some few people in the house. Some Punta Cana, Dominican Republic.
Yes.
Here he is, Ariam Calle's in the house. He says, hello, Eric, Nestor, and all the SSN Nation family. That's right. Get in touch with Nestor. His number is scrolling across the screen. If you're interested in any properties, go see him. Look who else is in the house. Another person, Nate Madrano's in the house. Good evening, fam, to you as well, Nate. And I don't know how to pronounce this.
El Domi Blade.
There you go. I don't know how to do that one. Hello, Eric and Nestor. What you guys think about cruise on land? Punta Cana is good to invest in that project. All right. Look, Nestor's going to have to give the realtor speak. So I'm going to let him talk the realtor speak first, and then I'll give my opinion. Go ahead.
Okay. There are two ways to see it. Okay.
Go
It will
ahead.
depend. This is like the wine tasting, and it's like which wine is the best. Okay, I have some news for you guys on that area where your number one is, and
Yep.
where cruise on land is.
Yep.
There used to be a landfill.
Yep.
Okay, so they're removing the landfill from the area. So that's on ways to develop more all that area that's coming up on the Farallon.
Yes.
So if you're asking me if it's a good investment, we will have to run the numbers to check
Right.
if it's the right investment for you. If the project is nice, that's another story. It's an amazing project.
Yes.
It's a very nice project, very well concentrated.
Yes.
But is it right for you? So
Right.
we will have to do numbers and to check your characteristics to see if it's the right project for you.
All right.
So I don't know if I answered that question
Yeah. You
as he
answered it.
expected.
You answered it appropriately. You answered it appropriately
Nice.
because now I'm not going to answer it appropriately.
Go
I'm
ahead.
not gonna answer it appropriately. All
This is
right.
good cop, bad cop.
That's right. That's right. So, all right. First things first. I initially had Cruise on Land was rated my number one project. All right. So, reason why? Okay, let's just call it what it is. Cruise on Land has man-made beach. They have casino. They have a little sports complex. They have it's very nice. They have a casino. They're gonna have an amphitheater. They're gonna have a recording studio, for Christ's sakes. They have like mini marts and restaurants and shops, everything there. Oh, and a water park. That's sweet. Okay, it's all good, and the prices are right. I mean, hell, you can get a studio unit there for $60,000. Beautiful. You can get well, the next size up is a 2-bedroom, but they misspeak and call it a 1-bedroom. But nonetheless, a studio is a studio. There's no 1-bedroom in the studio. But they also next up have a 2-bedroom. Okay, they're reasonable. I mean, 130, 135, whatever. They're reasonable. Okay, all that said, now I had to remove it off my top 5 list and my number 1 list because there's certain things. I have a video on it, ladies and gentlemen. I suggest you go check it out. And I disagree with certain things because here's one of the things. I own there, and this is major. I have to pay HOA fees. My HOA fees pays for my pool, my immediate condominium. Now remember, they started out with 12 buildings. I pay HOA. That only allows me to hang at my building. I get to use my amenities in my building. There's a snack bar, there's a children's pool, there's a pool. That's cool. There's loungers. It's beautiful. But guess what? I have to pay extra for all the amenities. I mean, attractions. So they haven't told the price. So now you pay HOA, which could be $2 a square meter. That's the going rate for most places. But now they're going to come to me and say, hey, Eric, if you or your guests want to use all those amenities that I just said and show on our brochure, we might charge you $75 per room. We might charge you $100 per room. We don't know. But just come in and buy our place. I don't agree with such things like this. If you own there, you should be able to use all the amenities there. You should not be restricted. So that's one of my little drawbacks there. And then my second drawback is you have to buy the furniture package in order to be in their rental program. That is also very interesting. I'm not mad at them about that so much. What I am mad at them about is if you're not in their rental program, then you can only rent plus or minus 10% of what they rent. So if they rent for $150,000, you can only go up to 165 yourself or down to 135. You have to stay in that range. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you start looking at Airbnb and when there's an open market, you might find somebody rent their same unit for 150. Another guy goes, I don't get enough rental, so I'm going to rent it 110. You might find another guy that says, I'm going to rent it 200. That's good for the market. But this 10% range either way, that means if you're not in the rental pool, you guys are stuck because now you're actually competing against the other guys. So, and you're going to make less money and you can't charge more during high season when there's 90% occupancy.
Exactly.
That's crazy to me. So that's number 2. Number 3. Oh, there's more. I'm not even going to go to 3 and 4. But basically what it feels like to me is I'm paying for them to produce their project and I have no leeway. They get to tell me, Eric, whatever their numbers are, they get to tell me, and I got to rock with it. And all I get is a condo, and I can't even rent what I want to rent. I can't even use the facilities unless I pay more. And for my guests to use the facilities, I have to pay that, whatever they decide, $75 or $100 per room. I got to pay that, which gives everybody use of the amenities or attractions, as they call it. I always wondered why they called it attractions. Now I found out why, because they're charging.
Now you know
owners.
why.
Yeah. And so the owners got to pay whatever. They could have a 2-bedroom and they got to pay an extra $150 a month. And that allows the owner and any guest to go stay there. I'm just like, okay, I'm not down with that. I'm more like down with what happens at Vista Cana, where you roll in, you pay your $2 a square meter, and we have all this stuff. That's what we talk about. I go to Aldea. I expect them to do same thing, $2. Maybe it'll have to rise sooner or later. Some places are going to start doing $2.50 or $3, but per square meter for their HOAs. But I expect us to be able to use everything in the community. I don't expect to pay extra because I bought a condo in here. What do you mean I got to pay extra? That's my pet peeve with them. They got 3 and 4, ladies and gentlemen. So here's my advice. Read the contract. That's my advice. Or you can go see my video where Cruise on Land is no longer number 1 and I'm going like this. What the? It's okay. He had to be neutral. I know you can't say anything about it,
Yes,
but I'm going to say something.
exactly. But
They got mad at me. They got mad at me, but hey.
You didn't hear it from me, but I agree with you.
Victor Marrero's in the house. Nestor has bought it Cana Rock. He bought it Cana Rock at the right price.
Nice. He went at the right moment.
2-bedroom. He actually knew about it in 2018. 2-bedroom, $231,000 at Galaxy. Galaxy's now at $400,000 for that same unit.
Yep.
Crazy. Yep. Hello, all. Let's do this. That's right, Victor Marrero, another real estate investor's in the house. All right. Ariam Calle, Nestor, what do you think about Central Park? And here we go.
Okay.
Critiquing everything.
Hey, okay, guys.
Hold on, Nestor. Nestor.
Can I plead the thief?
you better hold off on that. Nestor can't answer this, man. He's a realtor. He's supposed to sell these units.
Ariam, let me tell you something very, very fast. I'm going to answer you the best way. What do I think of the project? Did you bought on the project? Yes or no? Okay, we don't know it yet, but it has amazing location.
Yes.
It has great location. You are in downtown. Everything that you buy on downtown Punta Cana is a good investment.
That is correct.
To be honest, it's
correct.
It's great. Plus, you will have also the set very close. You have in Central Park downtown. You have a business center. So you did a good investment, Ariam. You really did. You just have to do the waiting game. Oh, by the way, I think on the video that we posted from the drive-through on downtown Punta Cana, you can see the development of Central Park just to the side, and they're building very fast. It hasn't been a day that I went down to downtown, and there's always people working on the condos and on the buildings.
Yep.
So they are doing things fast there.
Yep. That's
So I
correct.
am, yes, you did a good investment, but next time come to me and we go to Ansaya.
That's right. That's right. And speaking of Central Park, yes, the location, and it's also close to Caribbean Lake Park, which makes it special in itself. And it's close to, and it's in the right location downtown, only a few blocks to Cocobongo. The thing is, once again, if I have a video on Central Park from 2 years ago, people could have bought like a around $100,000, less than $100,000. You could have one of the studio units, and for around $100,000, you could have a 2-bedroom if you would have gotten in early, because phase 1 was cheap as hell. It was insane. Stuff was going. And Central Park actually has, on the top floor, you could have bought a separate area, the penthouse, separately with lockers, by the way. So you could have had your own jacuzzi, little loungers. Hey, it's going down. So it's a nice little project. So I have nothing bad to say about Central Park. All right. You probably know my man, Mr. Stasio is what I call him, Ho Chi Minh. And I love that guy too. So we talked about Central Park back in the day. And at that time, there's no Ansaya. There's no, there's a whole
No,
bunch of stuff
that was
downtown.
just bunch of forest back there.
Exactly. There's no REA at the time. There was no, there was, the beach was just starting. I mean, it was wide open, and the prices were right. Just like REA price was right. Everything price is right. Just like right now into 2023, Ansaya price is right. But again, ladies and gentlemen, the story's already been told. Each year prices are increasing, and the cost of materials has something to do with that. Inflation. That's what it has to do with. Replacement. You can't keep charging the same when thing costs 20% more. So that means to build the next unit, it's going to be at least 20% more. That's how it works. It's pretty simple. That's why now is the time to get in, ladies and gentlemen. See, Nestor, we're on here for longer than I thought. See, I love this. And we're getting questions too. I can't believe
the good part.
Exactly. We're getting questions. Ariam Kaye, just congratulations to you as well. Congratulations to Victor Morel. Congratulations to Jaway J. I think Nate got something there too. Let me see. Am I missing anybody else? But again, congratulations to all you guys, because you bought in at the right time, early. Hi, Nestor. Yes, I bought in Central Park. I also bought in Brillis Trails. Oh, and Urban Vista.
And Urbe Vista. Okay, different.
Right.
All of them are different investments, very different investments.
Yes.
And different targets.
Yes.
And it will depend on how you focus all of them. Yes. Urbe Vista, everyone knows I love Urbe Vista. And also Urbe Cana, that's outside Vista Cana, same construction company, same concept. They have an amazing concept, and they did the smart thing on the construction of the buildings.
Yes.
Because they focus all 3 bedrooms on one floor, all 2 bedrooms on one floor, and that way they got those pyramid shapes.
Yep.
And all the condos have the jacuzzi included, which is an extremely good attractor.
Yes.
They went very fast, especially the studio units,
the price,
because they were less than $90,000.
Exactly. 95,000 and under, and they're at the top because they reverse it. They're at the top.
They reverse it. The smaller ones are the penthouse.
Exactly. It was incredible.
But they did the smart thing, and it's an amazing project full of amenities, and they have this bright idea to separate the owner's part of the amenities from the guest amenities.
Yeah.
So you will have the same exact amenities, but on the owner's part, you will have the wine cellar, you will have a cigar lounge, you will have more private pool. So it's an amazing project. Please Trails, as everything in Vista Cana, is a very good investment, but different investment type. Okay. So Central Park, well, I gave you my opinion on Central Park. Also, the one on cruise on land.
Yep.
But as I'm telling you, you cover the whole package of
Yep.
tourism here.
Yep.
You went from all the type of clients that you can have on those four investments that you make.
That's right. And I got to say, Bliss Trails, okay, in order to get Bliss Trails, he had to get in like 2000, 2001. Back then, they were only like 150,000, 134,000, 100. I mean, now you cannot buy anything like a Bliss Trails for 150 anything. It's
No,
insane. It's crazy. So, Ariam Calle, this is the first time you have admitted buying four. He has tied the record. We have 3 people in SSM Nation that has bought 4 properties. Congratulations,
congratulations.
Ariam Calle. You are now the newly minted millionaire also, because quite frankly, that Bliss Trails, Nestor, I don't even know what they could be selling it for, but all I know is anything comparable now is almost like 300,000 in Vistacon.
Yeah, around that.
Yeah,
They're around that price
exactly.
range.
Exactly.
So, but here you can see how he managed his let's say his folder of
Yep,
investment.
that's
He
correct.
went with all of the right clients. He bought one type of unit
Yep.
for a specific type of client. So he did the smart thing.
Yes. Yes. I love it. He's got all the areas. He's got downtown. He's got Vista Cana. He's got 2 in there, which I love. He's got cruise on land, which is fine. I have nothing against anybody buying it cruise on land. I'm just letting you know why the little downfalls.
Yeah.
But there's no downfall in reality, because if you bought something for a 2-bedroom for 130,000, no matter where you buy it at, that's great, especially if you have all these attractions or amenities, whatever. And so it's a win-win anyhow. And there's talking about amusement park in there, so that could actually bolster up some other things going on. But I agree with you 100%. All these are great investments, all of them. There's nothing wrong with any of them, quite frankly. So congratulations, Ariel Calle.
There are only 2 properties that I will add to that list. Only 2. Not in Vista Cana. Okay.
Okay.
So I will include Macau there.
Macau.
Okay. There are some projects that are amazing in Macau. We have to talk to about that later.
Okay.
And a high-end property in Cap Cana will be the cherry on the top of that. That you can still found under $300,000, under $200,000 in Ciudad Las Canas condos at that price range, which are great investments. I'm ready to expand my portfolio. Excellent. Macau Hills. Exactly.
Are you talking
That's the one I was talking about. No. I'm not talking about Serenissimo.
Okay. All right.
I'm talking about several projects there that we can browse around.
Okay. Macau Hills. Do you have anything on Macau Hills? Because
yes, I
here's
do.
the problem. Macau Hills, I swear, I believe Macau is like the next hidden gem out there, right?
Exactly.
But the Macau Hills project, I don't see anything there. I just saw like they had a pool. They got like these little villas. I'm just like, there's got to be something more.
Okay, they do have something more. They do have something more. And not inside the compound, but remember that this construction company, Avalon, they do have a clubhouse. It's not a clubhouse, it's a beach club in Macau that's going to be valid for all their development, for Macau Hills, for Macau Gardens too, and also for Eco Avalon. So they have this part. Why do I like Macau? Macau is an investment opportunity, as you say. That's the new hidden gem that we can check it out. It's priced right at this moment, and I was during the weekend there with my wife, and we saw the location. We saw where the development's going to be, and it's really, really, really amazing. That yes, we are on the same page, Ariam. We think alike. Give me a call and we talk about Macau Hills. The price is right, and looking at not as a residential community, but as an investment for rent. It's the potential, Airbnb potential is amazing, even though it's not going to be a high rent. It's going to be around the $80 per night, more or less, at the beginning,
Right.
but it's going to increase on time. And you are
And
only 7 minutes away from the beach and walking distance from the Cueva Taina, from the cenote.
I don't know what that
So,
is.
oh, there's a blue hole in
Really?
Macau. Yes, it's beautiful. I'm going to send you
Oh,
the video.
oh no, I didn't know
It's a
that.
beautiful saltwater cave that you
What?
can swim. And when you do the buggy excursions, they end up there.
Oh, that's where it is. I couldn't tell where it
Yeah.
is. I saw him driving through Macau, but I was like, where is this? Wow. Wow. Okay.
So
All right.
location wise is amazing. So that's one of my top choices now on investment, that you don't have to break the bank to go to an investment. That will be one of my choices.
Okay. Now hold on. We got to talk about this Macau a little more
Yeah.
because the prices, like you said, 80,000. I mean, $80 a night, probably. I would agree with you on this. 70, 80 would be reasonable, but they're over 100,000 now,
Yep.
though. That's the thing. You could have bought at the first. I think there was a unit under at first, but now they're over.
Yeah.
But
But
aren't they still like 120?
no, right now there are phase two of Macau Hills, and they are
Okay.
between 89,000 and up. From
Oh, so
89,000.
still are under 100.
Yes, we
Okay.
are under 100. That's
That
why
meets the
price right.
1% criteria. Okay. Okay. That's beautiful. All right. Do you have any info on this? You got
Yes,
PDF?
we can schedule a new live for that this week,
Tomorrow.
this same week, tomorrow. We can do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 7-something, 7:05,
Excellent.
7:35, right before our normal Wednesday night live stream. How about that one?
Excellent.
I want to know about this too, but don't they still have units available in phase one?
I have to check the availability, but yes, I think there are still a couple of units available
Yeah.
on phase one.
Right.
Of course, same prices,
But
and it really is a very beautiful development.
okay, now here's one of my look. I knew he's gonna see Ariam Kaye. Why are you doing this to me right now?
He's doing his homework,
Exactly. He's doing his homework. He knows what's happening. This is something I was going to talk about too with Macau. Let's see what he says. There are going to be a lot of new things in Macau, new hotels. I heard maybe a new airport. A lot of things are going to happen in Macau in the near future. Okay. So here's my thing. Remember when I asked about the AIB, the airport for the second airport?
Exactly.
Okay. This is where I think that airport is ultimately going to end up north of Macau. That's what I really believe.
Exactly.
You know,
I strongly believe it too.
You know why I believe that? Because Ariam Kaye just mentioned new hotels. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there are new hotels for sure, but check this out. New hotels are going to be at Macau Beach. So when you walk down to the beach and there was a space over there to the left after you parked, there's going to be freaking hotel down this way.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now, homework, ladies and gentlemen, but that's not all. Beyond Macau Beach, they have built new all-inclusive hotels that hardly anybody knows about that are sitting out there all by their lonesome. All that's going to be filled in over the next 10 years. So by you getting something out there in Macau right now when it's 90,000, 120,000, you are getting it at the right price. Because 5 to 10 years from now, you're going to say, thank you, Eric. Thank you, Nestor. Thank you for letting us get something out there now because we're loving life. Because like you said, there's a lot of activity going out there that does not get publicized. And so Ariam Kaye is out there handling business, doing his research.
He's doing his homework the proper way. He's doing his research.
That's right.
Right. Okay, I have to do my homework on that one.
What is this? Thomas Horvath. Thank you so much for being in the SSN Nation Live with me and Nestor Left Field from Punta Cana Solutions. All right, Nestor, what do you think about Solvamar?
Okay, Solvamar. Solvamar is, I have to do my homework on that one. I haven't studied that project yet, but I promise I will.
All
So that
right.
way I can give you my opinion.
What is? Do you know anything just prematurely about it? I mean, is it a
Um,
condo? Is it what? What is it?
Not yet. To be honest, I haven't
Villas?
even browsed it.
Okay, I haven't heard of it. So I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, I know how you do it, and Macau area is developing super fast, especially condos right now. They are doing a lot of
Oh
condos,
yeah,
and yeah,
yeah.
you
It's
get, for
perfect.
example,
It's
there's one
perfect.
that's called Los Cocos or something like that. Uh,
Yeah,
very
it's
nice
perfect.
layout, and of course you have from the same people of Macau Hills, you have Macau Gardens, that the condos there goes for 59,000 more or less.
Oh,
So which is amazing price, also same area.
oh
So
my God. Okay. All right. Well, James Way has entered the building. Welcome to the SSN Nation live stream Tuesday night edition. Hello, all. The rent is too damn high, gentlemen, and Macau sounds like the solution. I got the notification.
exactly.
Actually, this is one of those spots. Okay. So when we do real estate investing, sometimes you have to start thinking outside of the area, the immediate area, because cities are going to expand. I am shocked. What I did not know was the population was 65,000 already. Where do you think 100,000 people are going to live? It's going to have to spread out. Macau's going to be one of those spots because on the other side is Cap Cana. That's blocked. Unless you're going to move in Cap Cana, you can't go any further. So then you got to go out towards the Verón, out to Casa del Campo, down to La Romana. But once you start going down there, yes, it's cheap right now, but you keep waiting 2 or 3 years, even La Romana, the whole area is going to be crazy. So now you have Macau sitting out here that's so cheap that you should be thinking about, hey, what's coming at Macau? You need to find out, ladies and gentlemen. And they are investing hundreds of millions of dollars with resorts out there. So you should be out there too. I always go where the millionaires play. If they're going
Exactly.
out there, I'm going out there.
If they're buying huge amounts of land on that area, it has a
Exactly.
reason. That's why
Exactly.
you have to be there. And
Exactly.
not only in Macau, all the way from Macau to
Yeah,
Miches. From
exactly.
all
Oh, yeah.
that
Meaches
part,
too. Yep.
it's worth it. It's
Yep.
worth it, and it's priced right at
Yeah.
this moment.
Yeah. And just so you guys get an idea, in 2000, the guys in Macau, people in Macau, they started hearing rumblings about what was going on in Punta Cana proper. And so they used to sell like their acres and lots and stuff for like 25,000, 30,000. I show up at the end of this 2020. I said, oh man, how much are them lots in the city now? These guys are like, oh, they want $300,000 now or 200,000. I was like, wait, it was just 25,000. They're like, oh yeah, but they now know that all this stuff is going to be built out here, so they just raised the prices. I was just like, oh my God, you could have bought stuff so cheap. And so this is why these guys were able to buy all this land cheap. And that's why they're passing it on to you right now. That's why you have to get in early, ladies and gentlemen. You can't wait. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. You put down 10, 20%, or put down more and get a discount and then make monthly payments while they're building it, while they're doing the construction, and you benefit with 0%. No money. You're paying 0% interest. You're not paying interest on your monthly payments. So that's a win-win. The price is fixed. Oh, by the way, go see Johan Confidante and make sure you get your contract to say no increase in prices. or
That's a pickle. That's difficult.
or he'll get you something where they'll maybe change the total amount they'll increase. I'll give you a perfect example. When I had my contract for Panorama Garden, they agreed to the cap was up to 10%. Panorama Garden and Panorama Park, for everybody that didn't have that in their contract, guess what, ladies and gentlemen?
It
You
went
got
up.
to pay 18%. 18% increase due to inflation. So this is why you want to have a guy like Johan Confidante, the preeminent real estate lawyer and lawyer in the DR, and you guys can check the channel, get his information. So that gives you an idea, because prices will go up. So now you know, even in America, other places around the world, the contract that you sign for pre-construction is no longer the contract. They're all doing this. In America, it's even worse. Can you believe this, Nestor? In America, they have contracts under pre-construction where the buyer or the developer can cancel the contract. So when the prices went up, the developer canceled the contracts on the pre-construction people so they can sell it for more than what their pre-construction price was, even with the increase. It's crazy. Cancel.
Wow.
People put down
Just
money.
cancel it and,
Yeah,
and that's it. So here's your money back and
Yeah.
nothing happened here.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they turn around, and because now it's built and they have a bidding war, who wants it? And now they get to add on another $200,000. It's crazy.
That's not correct.
Yes.
That's not correct.
They don't do that in the DR, but what they will do is there will be increases. Ziba in Vista Cana, their contract 15%. So it's not out of the ballpark. Cruise on Land, by the way, okay, I bashed them a little bit, but they actually have one of the nicer inflation in their contracts. They use the Dominican Republic's inflation numbers, and then they have a little clause that says if it goes X amount, then we can raise the price. They're not just going to bust out 18% or 15% on people. So that's insane. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
too much.
yeah. So anyhow, here we are back with
So
townhouses and villas. Okay.
townhouses and villas. Okay, Thomas, I promise you I will do my homework with Solvemar, so I can come back to you with this one and to give you my opinion on that one.
Well,
Nestor, why Samana is so expensive?
I got it. I got it already. 82,000, Nestor.
Oh, nice prices. They're good prices.
For a one bedroom at Salvamar. That's interesting. Oh my goodness. That puts an entry point for everybody.
No, and as I told you, Macau right now, it's priced right. All Macau area.
Yes.
So not only Macau Hills, all Macau area. Why Samana is so expensive? Is that because almost all the prices are beachfront? Well, that's one of the reasons. The other reason is that historically speaking, Samana, it was like a little bit elitist. It was the summer area for the people with power and money. And Samana has two advantages. It's protected. If you know, Samana is it's a peninsula. So it's protected from the elements of the ocean, the inside part. Of course, if you see, that's the most expensive part. And if you go, for example, to Las Terrenas, you get a little bit cheaper prices, even though you have something between the 500,000s and up. And of course, they're beachfront, and there's not too big of land to develop. So that's why, which is better? Okay, Ariam, this one it's hard, brother. It's hard. I will go with both because Samana will be like investing in Cap Cana. And Macau is a different type of investment. Macau, it's a sitting and waiting game that you will buy cheap and you will play the capital gain there. You will play the increase of the price of the value of the land and the property. And plus, you will have the movement and the gaining of the rent on that one, on Macau. Also in Samana, you will rent that one a lot. Samana is beautiful, but it's not as developed, and it won't. And I'm almost 90% sure of this. It won't develop as fast as Macau is developing, or as Punta Cana area is developing at the moment.
That is absolutely correct. And
Mr. Eric White, proud owner of Riviera Costeña.
That's right. E. White's in the house. He says, good evening, Eric and Nestor. Also, everyone in the SSN family, welcome. E. White, another real estate investor, is in the house. More than one project. I love it. Beautiful, E. White. Way to go. Very, very smart.
He did
Yeah,
also a very smart choice because he invested as Arian that different type of developments for different type of clients. So
yes,
he's covering the whole spectrum.
that's right. And what I was going to talk about like an hour ago
Yeah.
was this perfect thing. What I was saying was you're a corporation, ladies and gentlemen, yourself. So most people think of a corporation as I got to go sign a papers, an LLC or a C corporation or offshore corporation. But actually, when you own multiple properties as an individual, you are a corporation, which Nestor's alluding to. Because once you say, oh, I got Urbe Vista like Ariam Calle, then I got Bliss Trails, then I have something else, Central Park, which is downtown, different locations, different people, different areas. But actually, each one of those properties is a business entity. That's what you have to start realizing. It's an entity. So you can actually rent out all four, one or two, but you have profits coming in every month, potentially in the Punta Cana area. So that means you can start saying, hey, I have property A, B, C, and D, but call them business one, business two, business three, business four. And now you're off to the races. And because it's a business, just like the millionaires do, you can turn around and do something crazy, Nestor. You can actually say, hey, my property went up twice as much as it's worth. But you know what? I think I'm going to go out and borrow half of that, take that money because I'm a corporation, and I'm going to go buy some more investments that give me passive income with other people's money. That's what the millionaires and billionaires do, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need to do. You're actually setting yourself up for life with these corporations. That's how you have to think of this now. Don't sleep on this just thinking I'm just going to rent it out or I'm just going to live there or whatever. Start thinking about you want to have fun. You don't want to have to work all the time, right? It costs a lot more, Nestor, every month. It's getting outrageous in America, man. It's getting crazy. Let's see. We got Victor Morero. Nestor, based on your experience with Punta Cana projects, are the HOA and club management one and the same? Typically, these are two separate things. HOA does common areas and club is for amenities. I don't.
Usually that's how they work it. Traditionally, that's how they work it. For example, in Cana, they do it that way. Different projects are working different ways to manage the HOA. So it used to be that common way. Right now, it's different on some of the projects.
That's
Some
right.
of them still working that way. For example, Capcana and Punta Cana. You pay your HOA here in Punta Cana, and if you want to go to the golf course, to Los Corrales golf course, you have to enroll the club, and
Yeah,
you that's paid separately.
that's right.
Okay, so it used to be typically like that, but that's changing because people want practical. People want to do just one payment and forget about all that stuff. So it's changing a little bit. It will take a lot of time to change in different areas, but that's the way that's moving. The yeah, that's the idea. It's going to that way.
Yeah. Yeah. And hey, you know what? I haven't even mentioned my number one spot yet. And you know what that is.
Oh yeah,
It's Larimar. City and
Larimar City.
Resort is number one, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of this, Victor Marrero. Okay, first of all, Vista Cana, Larimar, Aldea Park, I'm assuming. I don't know for sure yet. Those three places have amenities inside. You pay HOA, you don't pay anything else for all the amenities except at Vista Cana and everywhere. It doesn't matter where you stay at. Golf always costs. That's standard. But that stuff about costing to go to the beach club in Vista Cana, no cost. As far as I know, no cost.
No
Go
cost.
in.
The only thing that you will need is to pay for your drinks and food, and that's it.
Exactly. Going over to the sports complex, going to play soccer, go to play tennis, go to play paddleball, go to skateboard park at Vista Cana Sports Complex. It's included. So I can live at Bliss Trails, which may not have a pool, doesn't have it, nothing. I don't need it. I just go over to the sports complex. I don't have to pay any
Or to a clubhouse.
or to a clubhouse. Exactly. Don't have to pay anything else. That's what I love. And a lot of people love that. And that's the thing. So when we start talking about these projects, once you're in, I don't want to see anything. I don't want them walking up to me going, hey, Eric, you know, you're going to go over here and use this. You got to pay extra. I don't want to see none of that. So there's a lot of places that still cost, but that's them. Hey, everybody has their own, the project has their own rules. It's based on their economics, basically. So I'm not going to be mad at them, but all I know is I'm not recommending that people live there. I'm just going to
Exactly.
I'm just like, not going to happen. I say, if I'm going to spend $200,000 and I got to pay extra, then I think I should go to a place where I'm going to spend $200,000 and get everything.
Exactly.
I mean,
That's the idea.
And the idea also is not just that; it's based on real estate investing. You're going to have more value if you don't have to pay extra for things. So
Exactly, because your ROI, your return of investment will be faster,
exactly,
and you won't have extra expenses there.
exactly. But Victor Marrero owns at several places. He owns at Margaritaville in Orlando, and they have something that's unique as well. But Margaritaville's different. They're like a 5-star. They're worldwide. They have a brand. But their place has an interesting scenario with their HOA. If you buy there, that's fine. If you rent there, I believe, Victor Marrero can correct me, but I believe they have this rule that you have to have bought the furniture package, similar to what they do at Cruise on Land, in order to be in the rental pool. But it's not just to be in the rental pool. It's if you buy the furniture package, then you and your guests get to be in the all-inclusive section where they get to use the amenities. If you don't buy the furniture package, guess what? You and your guests don't get, well, you as the owner probably gets the amenities, but your guests, they don't get the amenities at Margaritaville. So that's very interesting. That's a dynamic that's interesting because Margaritaville is special. I mean, it's like Vista Cana, kind of. But it's not that big. But what I mean is they have restaurants, shops, stores, all kind of stuff there in Orlando. The one in Cap Cana, that's just a mini Margaritaville.
Yeah, and the one in Cap Cana is just hotel.
Exactly. That's just a mini Margaritaville. The one in Orlando is like crazy stuff. Here we go. So here is Victor Marrero talking about it now. A lot of high-end projects will not allow your renter to use the amenities unless your unit is part of the rental program. Exactly. That's his Margaritaville. Or if you don't have their furniture package. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what they do at Margaritaville, which I'm not mad at them about that because Margaritaville is special. And they get to charge people $600, $700. I mean, per night.
So if they charge that amount and you're earning that amount, okay, guys, let's do it. Let's put the furniture package. Let's go on the rental program. I don't care. Let's go. Let's make money, and that's it.
Exactly.
So it's a very good investment, and I understand why they go with the furniture package because they want to standardize all their rooms, so they can manage it the same way each of the rooms and don't give an advantage to one owner from another. So I don't know if it sounds logic, but
that is correct.
In my mind, it sounds.
That's the idea, exactly. They're just trying to keep it uniform. So then that way they don't have any deviations where people go, hey, I came in this room and it doesn't look nothing like the pictures.
Exactly. That we have that a lot. That it doesn't look like this. Okay.
Right.
So
Exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a special edition here with Nestor Leftfield, the Punta Cana Solutions real estate team. And he's very special. So make sure you let him know if you're going to look at anything, go see Nestor. Tell him you're from SSN Nation. Show some love, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not done, Nestor. We're almost done.
Don't worry.
We're not done yet. Because hold on, we still have to get back to, I need to know what the best residential real estate project is in the world, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I had to start this off. We got into subject that I love, Dominican Republic. But Dominican Republic, actually, I don't want to put them in the category of best just yet, because we're going to come around to that eventually, because we're going to talk about, as my number one project is, hey, I'm trying to find something. By the way, I got to give Larimar some love. Why do I have to give them some love? Because look, they have 1-bedroom units there that are in the 90,000 range. All right. 90,000. 2-bedroom units, 130, 140. Still in a decent range. Now, little smaller typist units, though, I got to admit, if you're in the prime towers, but if you go over the Horizon Towers, okay, now you get 1,100 square feet for a 2-bedroom. That's standard issue. All right. Now, the other thing, though, ladies and gentlemen, is it's not just that. Let me just give you just some sliver of information. Sports complex, check. Restaurant, bars, nightclubs, check. Casino, check. 18-hole golf course, check. Clubhouse, check. The 18-hole golf course clubhouse, check. Beach clubs on a 3-kilometer boardwalk eventually, check. 5-star hotels on the same boardwalk with different levels, check. Shopping, stores, restaurant, check. Mall, check. World famous chefs with their own restaurants, check. Now, the last one that gets me, if I can see the ocean on the horizon, check. And can you believe you can all get these under in the hundreds of thousands or under 100,000 for 1-bedroom still? What are you waiting for? Now, I have to admit, Nestor's not handling this one. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. No, I do, but it's not one of my favorites.
I know it's not. I know it's not. It's my favorite.
Yeah, I know.
It's my favorite. Simply because it has all these amenities that are off the charts. Now, I want to say something, though. So I showed Ellen Icon at the beginning. You know what they said about Ellen Icon and Vista Cana 10 years ago? 8 years ago? Nestor knows it's not going to be built. It'll never happen. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They're being built. All right? It's going down. Yeah. So when somebody tells you, you got to do your homework like Ariam Kalye's doing, you got to do your homework. Because some projects, not all are going to be completed on a certain time. Some take an extra month or 2 or a year, potentially could happen. But then you just go, who's the developer? Who's making this? You got to check a lot of different things. So when people say things aren't going to be built, you got to go with your own investment ideas. You can't go by what somebody says. Because people said in 2019, 2020, they're like, Vista Cana. Yeah, okay, they got that water there. So what? It's never going to be built. Even 3 years ago, they were saying it's never going to be built. So this just gives you an idea. You can't have to go on your research and how you feel. All right. And I'm going to say this because we've had a member of the SSN Nation do something off the reservation. Here's off the reservation what it looks like. So, I'll just say the area. You guys know the Brises area. Most of the projects are not gated. There's no real special stuff happening. And there's no amenities. So what I mean by that is there's no clubhouse or pools and soccer fields and gated and all that. So remember when I say amenities, ladies and gentlemen, that's important. So we have people that went off the reservation. They said, Brises is so cheap. They're giving me an extra room. It's only $130,000 for a villa. Okay, great. Except one little problem occurs. When they all of a sudden said, yeah, we were going to sell it to you for $135, but now it's $150. And we still have no amenities. So I'm like, hold up a second. All right. So my point being, if you're going to buy something, I want you to buy something. But we want you to buy, I'm not going to say I want you to get something that also entails a reason for people to want to rent from you. Think of that, because sometimes you might not live there. You might say, I want to upgrade. You might say, I want to live in another section or another part or another city altogether. So therefore, you'll be able to rent it out and have high demand for wherever you rent. So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So all right. So I think we can almost wrap this up. I just had to give my little speech, Nestor.
But I completely agree with you. People have to do the smart purchase, the smart choice, because not only location is important there, also the amenities and what makes attractive to go and stay on that place. So I completely agree with you.
Same part.
We are on the
Same,
same page.
same pages. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up now. Nestor, are we gonna do this tomorrow at 7:05,
Yes.
7:35, somewhere in there? And
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about Macau Hills.
Yes, we're going to talk about Macau Hills,
Okay.
and also we can squeeze in a little bit of Macau Gardens, which is the
Oh,
same family of construction
okay.
and different style. So we can cover condos and villas, the
Okay.
two things.
Which one is the villas is Macau Hills?
Macau Hills.
Macau
Yeah,
Gardens is is it the small condos? I mean,
it's
the
condos.
project is not that big, right?
It's not that
This is
big.
the same one. Okay. But they're not in the same area, are they?
They are on the same Macau area, but not on the same compound.
Right, exactly. They're separate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know where it is then. I thought I knew where it was. So that'll be good. I never really studied that fully, and I don't know the exact location, but I think isn't that close to the beach though? It's closer to
Yes.
the beach than
They're
Macau Hills.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Macau Gardens a little bit closer to the
Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right. And anything, are they the same developer or different?
same developer.
Okay. Is the developer only have two projects in Macau or does he have a number?
No, they have several projects on the whole area. They have, on the whole area, I mean Punta Cana and
Yeah.
Macau. They are
Okay.
developing Eco Avalon. They are developing Cap Avalon. They are developing Macau Hills, Macau Gardens. So
Okay.
they have a wide variety
Oh,
of properties. In
oh.
Eco Avalon, regretfully, it sold out. Those were townhouses. They
Oh,
were beautiful.
okay.
Also, Cap Avalon, I had to check the availability because it was almost run out.
Oh, Cap Avalon.
But yeah, but Macau Hills and Macau Garden, we still have availability. It's a very serious developer, very strict, and they are super, super nice people, and they build fast, which is very important.
Nice. Exactly. All right.
Mhm. Oh yes,
You
yes.
have
Oh
more.
please, this is a very, very. Pórtate.
Oh,
This is a sorry. My cat moved my computer.
oh, no
Uh,
worries.
this is a very nice question. The long-term rentals. Yes, there's a big market for long-term rentals here. Um, a lot of people, a lot of people that's moving in from Santo Domingo to here for work. As you said, resort, airport, professional employees, long-term rentals can be another option. Yes, but remember that when you go with the long-term rental, your return of investment will be a little bit slower. So when you go with the long-term, you have to look for areas like Cap Cana, Punta Cana Village, and of course Vista Cana. Several of the projects in Vista Cana will work for that, which we already talked a little bit earlier. So you can rent between 6 months and a year on bulks, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Nothing wrong with that. That's another beautiful point, though, that Victor Morero brought up, in my opinion. Because if you get in at the right price, then long-term rental works in your favor as well. Because
Yeah,
prices are only going to go up. More people are going to come to live in Punta Cana. That's just the way it is. Where do you think people are going to work when they start building Aldea Park? When they start building more in Vista Cana, people have to work at these beach clubs. They have to work at the bars, restaurants, cigar lounges. I mean, that means employees, they're not going to want to stay 20 kilometers away or 10 kilometers away. They're going to pick a place around there so they can be
exactly.
close by.
And
So
you also have the doctors on the clinics. You also
that's
have
right.
the teachers of the schools. You have all of the population that needs to live. So
Exactly.
that's why real estate investment, it doesn't matter how you focus it. It's either rental or just the waiting game. or the long term, it's always a good business because people will always need a roof over their heads.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And before I let you go, you know what I got to do before we go, because I'm
Oh yeah.
anxiously awaiting for this the numbers. So I don't see anything in Dominican today, which I usually go to. No tourist numbers have been let out. It's the 8th of the month.
Not
They
today.
always
They're
do this to
coming
me.
at the end of the month.
Oh, you're thinking the end of the month?
Oh yes.
Okay. You're thinking they're gonna leave me in suspense this month.
Yes.
Okay. Damn. I was hoping it was gonna happen the 12th, the 10th, the 8th. I want to see that 800. 800. Okay, we can live with 790. It's all right. 90,000 is fine.
799.
But I want to see what it is. Yeah, exactly. We'll live with any of those numbers. Over 700, I'll live with too. I mean, even if
Yeah.
they do what they did last year, I'll be happy. Everybody will be happy. Curtis Davis, Mr. Financials in the house. All right. Very nice to see you. Once again, if you guys want to get in any of these properties that we mentioned in Dominican Republic, talk to Nestor. His phone number is down below. Everybody on podcast is +1 for WhatsApp, 809-918-1228. That's his number. So give him a call. Let him know you're from SSN Nation. You heard him. You saw him. You like what he said. Or, hey, give some feedback. You can say, hey, I didn't like what Eric and you guys were talking
Yeah.
about. I own at this place, man, that you guys were talking bad. But actually, we weren't talking bad about any project. So it's all good. All right. Here we are. Kerr, woo-hoo, Byzantine Red is here. Thank you for being in the house. All right, Nestor. Well, thank you so much for coming on last minute. Special guest on the beat. That's right, Byzantine Red. Special guest.
Always a pleasure to be here with you guys. I feel like part of the family. I know I'm part of us as a nation too.
That's
So,
right.
guys, we never let anyone behind. So,
That's right.
you know what to do. Call me, send me a WhatsApp. I'll be there for you guys, and everything's negotiable. So, let's do this.
Let's do this. That's Victor Morel's. Yeah, that's his tagline. Let's
Oh, I
do
love
this.
that tagline.
All
Okay,
right,
guys,
Nestor.
have an
Thank you.
amazing night. Thank you, Eric, for being here. So I will be on the chat. So thank you very much.
All right. See you tomorrow, by the way.
See you
We'll schedule it
tomorrow.
up. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Nestor Leftfield in the house. All right. Very special man. He's here. Last minute, I just hit him up and he was like, hey, man, I'm going to go live last minute just on a Tuesday night just because I'm trying to find the best real estate investment in the world, residential real estate. I put in two of them, TRX Exchange and Ellen Icon in Greece. All right. So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. There are things happening around the world. And something I want to talk with you about, because I've talked about this with the SSN Nation members on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but this Tuesday night, in case you're investing in real estate. What do you guys, in fact, some of you may have just joined us. And so I'm going to give you a story before I talk about the next. So grandma's house, we were going to sell last year. And we put it up for $135,000. It's in Florida in a small town, and it's not really worth that much. It's only a three bedroom, 2 bath, and the going price was around 130, 140. But they've put in an international airport. They started building up 10, 12 streets, making it look better. All of a sudden now, this side of town that's like let's call it gentrification is going to happen because property values are pretty cheap. Last year, 135. We just started, the deal fell through because the person kept saying, oh, don't worry about it. I'll do this, I'll do that. It's been almost a year. So then we're going to put it back up for rent. All right. The family's going to put it back up for sale. All of a sudden, all the properties that match the square footage and the lots, double lot actually, are in the 200,000s in 1 year. Real estate didn't do anything, no upgrades, no nothing. But now people are buying the same homes for another $100,000. So now put it back up for sale for an extra damn near $100,000. It's actually going to be like 75,000 more or something like that, and have not done anything other than it's been another year. This is why this is the beginning of a boom eventually. So when they reduce the interest rates, either December or sometime in 2024, that will create a spur in the housing market, and that will increase real estate values across the board. The fact that you can get increased real estate values right now without that is amazing. The fact you can buy pre-construction property is equally amazing, and get to ride the train because it's pulling out the station. You only have 5 months before, in my opinion, before they start reducing interest rates. It's either going to be 4 months at the end of December or the 5th month in January. That's going to cause an increase in real estate prices across the board worldwide, in America areas. And if the central bank in Europe or Asia do it, then it's going to happen there as well. You will be hard pressed to catch up, because if you have properties that increase in value $100, $200, $300, $500,000, that is some equity you can tap into to buy more assets. If you do not have that $100,000, $200,000 at your disposal, then that means you're not going to be able to tap into it using somebody else's money and appreciation. That means you would have to earn the extra money or go out here and get a loan. But don't be fooled. Loans may look different years from now. All right. So you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're going to have to rely on a loan. You want to be able to use your equity because you were smart enough to invest in real estate when the prices were at their best, which is pre-construction, no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. So keep that in mind. All right. So that's one of the major things I want you to understand. And that's why I told you the story about a simple faux pas where the person couldn't buy the real estate. Now you get an extra $75,000. That's incredible. And that's not even in pre-construction or anything. That's just on the sitting on the streets. But that's because we have a similar situation that's happening in Punta Cana. A new international airport came in. They started realizing that they're going to have cruise ships wanting to come in that area as well. So now all of a sudden, any cheap property is going to sell. I even have people calling. I have lots in this area. All right. Fortunately. All right. 2 lots with water on them. A guy calls up today and he goes, "Hey, I want one of your lots. Maybe each 19,000. I'm just like, okay. I don't think so. Reason why? Because lot on the corner that's smaller is 54 grand. It's not even 2 lots, by the way. It's just one. And it's smaller. And they want 50. They're selling it for 54 grand. So I'm like, dude, you're way, way off. All right. So that is pretty cool. And it's going to cost even more because now the home prices cost more, which means the land prices increase. And when they reduce the interest rates, people are going to be buying up these homes, and then they're going to rebuild homes on top of the property, somewhat of gentrification, because the homes are still cheap enough, because anything they build new, the homes are going to be worth 500,000, 600,000. So this is how you can position yourself with real estate. All right, Jawway J, is this going to be an entry? Check out El Habtour Tower, Dubai. Is this going to be an entry into one of the best residential real estate properties or projects in the world? Let's go check it out. Let me see. I can't remember how to spell that, but El Habtour. There it is. Tower, Dubai, for sale. Could this be? Okay, is this going to meet our criteria? Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to find out here. Let's see. Starting only 365. I can't. Oh, here we go. Okay. Haptour. I don't know how to pronounce the Arabics, or I don't even know what language. Is this the Dubai? I don't know what they speak there, but I've never been to Dubai myself. But here we go. We're going to break this out because this is what we do here, ladies and gentlemen. Then we're going to wrap this up. I know Nestor's in the chat room, but we're going to wrap this up here shortly. But we're going to go look. This is what we do. Jaway J, are you saying this is entry potentially for our best residential real estate projects in the world? Are you saying 1, 2, 3 apartments, 82 stories high? Okay, it looks like one building. If this is the building, I'm assuming it is because it's the one of different color. We have nice little beach area, nice little condominiums. Okay, they have something down below. Let's see here. They're by the water. Nice little lounge area. 60% down. No, 60% during construction. Interesting. 40% upon completion. Oh, this is Miami prices. Oh, wait, AED. I'm not familiar with their currency. AED to USD. What is it? I think it's pretty, is it? Oh, it's 27. So it's a fourth almost, 27 cents for every dollar. Okay, 2.1 means, hey, that's like, what is that? Is that 400,000? Something like that? Okay, we're going to find out because I'm going to look it up. We're going to look it up. 571,000, actually. That's right. It's a fourth. So 571,000. That's where it starts, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not mad at them. Paddle courts. Okay, we got to start. Gym, library, infinity pool. So much more. Location by a river. Interesting. Brochure. Okay, we can get the brochure. Video. I don't know if I want to play that video. This will be interesting. I don't know if I want to play that video. We'll find out here shortly. If I should play this. I think we're going to play this. Let's just play the video, shall we? Let's see. Make sure you guys can hear it. I hope you can. Let's just play the video. Let's see if this is going to be worthy. Register your interest. Okay. Let's go. Or can we get it to play? Let's see. All right. Okay, it's on YouTube. Why can't we get it to play? Oh, here we go.
City that will transform your life. Picture waking up to stunning Dubai Canal views from 81-story apartments. Indulge in a world of exciting luxury with mind-blowing facilities spread across 3 floors. Every need and desire will be met at Al Haptour City. At Al Haptour Tower, you can choose from a variety of residences, including the premium sky villas with a private pool, overlooking Sheikh Zayed Road View, Dubai Water Canal, Safa Park, and Sea View. Discover a new standard of living at Al Haptour Tower, the vertical city that redefines lifestyle. Al Haptour Tower, where luxury flows into life.
Okay. Very nice towers. But unfortunately, Jawed J, this will not be on our list at all. Unfortunately, cannot be on our list. Because again, we're looking for the best residential real estate investment projects in the world. So in case you guys want to know what we're talking about, go look at 2 of them so far. TRX Exchange is down below the video in the description box. Or you can go look at LNI Con in Athens, Greece. The other one is in Kuala Lumpur. All right. Over in Malaysia. Those are the 2. Why? Because they're generally a place which most people here know. Vista Cana, it's gated, it's its own community. Cap Cana that we talked about with Nestor. You go through the security gates, they have their own amenities inside. That is the residential type of projects we're looking for. All right. That's why I call it residential. So we're not just looking for mega projects where you're just going to have the pool, the fitness center, the library, the paddle board. No, we're looking for a lot of different amenities. We're looking for, hey, if you don't have a golf course, no biggie. That's okay. But you might want to have a shopping center. You might want to have fencing. That's crazy, right? Ellen Icon has fencing. You might want to have an equestrian center. Not bad. Might want to have soccer fields, basketball courts, restaurant, bars, nightclubs, casinos, all in your own community. That's what we're talking about here. All right. So that's not going to qualify, but I appreciate the entry. I can tell you straight up, because you have to look at the two properties. In fact, I'm going to do this just so you can see something. Some people, in fact, I'm going to do something else. I played a 5-minute video at the beginning for Ellen Icon. I think it was 5 minutes. It went by something to him about any project that we talked about today. And I'm going to play this 5-minute video because some of you may not have seen this Ellen Icon. This is what we're talking about here. And to think that you can buy into some of these type of amenities in places like the Dominican Republic is incredible. Because remember, but it's okay. We're back. Now, I'm going to play this Ellen Icon video. And again, this is from a forum. And if you see this in if you see this in replay, just know if it's replaced, that means I had to replace it, unfortunately. That if you don't see a video here, then that means it was replaced or removed. Again, this is from a forum that they had, I believe it was in New York City, about Greece. So the guy will talk and then he'll say play video. So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're looking for out here. If you're going to submit something, try to submit something that shows this type of amenities. All right, check this out.
And now we will continue. Unfortunately, Mr. Thanasiou could not be with us because COVID has gone, but not completely. So, but fortunately, we have very, very few, people who did not manage to make it to our forum today because of this. But instead, we have a short video. If we can play the video to showcase exactly the amazing progress achieved in one of the biggest projects in Greece, a transformational one. And again, what you will see is something done. So can we have the video, please?
gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think about that. Did you see it? You saw all that? That's not all. I'm actually going to show you something else because, again, I told unbelievable story about $850 a square foot. So some people may be in denial, but I have to show it. Unbelievable. This is from 2022. So I just want you to know it's more than this now, slightly. So here it is. This is pre-construction, by the way, as you know. Pricing for the development, more high-end units, including Marina Tower, villas, and Cove residences. Now, Marina Tower and Cove residences, those are condos. The villas speak for themselves. But look at this. Starts at about $853 a square foot. So I'm going to assume it's like the condos are going to cost $853 per square foot, depending on what floor you're on, and reaches up to $2,842 per square foot. And just a reminder, Manhattan's median asking price per square foot was $1,580 in June 2022. Now, I just want to say what this means per square meter. This means $8,530 per square meter. And this $2,842 per square foot means $28,420 per square meter. And by the way, like we started off the conversation with Nestor, these are up to $32,000 per square meter now. And this is up to $3,200 per square foot now. All right. So I'm just letting you guys know. This is crazy. And I want to add one other thing. They made a deal with Hard Rock Hotel and Casino that's going to be called Athens, is going to be there on their premises. So they're going to have a casino too. I don't remember if they showed that in the video, but that's going down as well, a casino. So Hard Rock Casino, a lot of people know about them in South Florida. They know about them in the Tampa Bay area. They used to be in Las Vegas. They changed their location, which is now Virgin. And they used to have the pool on Sunday. I can't remember the name of it anymore. The pool party, the rehab. The pool party rehab used to be at the Hard Rock in Vegas. So that is the type of places that we're talking about. But look at the price. Some of you would say, hey, this is crazy. But not really. They used larger than Hyde Park because a lot of people from New York, so they know Hyde Park. A lot of people know the park, the New York City Park, right? Central Park. That is 800 and rough. I'll just round up or down. It's 850 acres. This place, Ellen Icon, is 1,500 acres. Yes, and if you know about the 850 acres roughly of Central Park in New York, you know there's lakes, you know there's paths and walkways, a golf course. There's a lot of things there, a bookstore. There's a ton of things, squares, fountains, all throughout. You can even hold concerts there, obviously. So it's pretty big. But to be almost double that is what Ellen Icon's doing. And now that you know that they're bringing in those amenities, now you know why people are going to spend the money. Plus, that beach that they showed, you would think that it's related to just being an owner at Ellen Icon. Wrong. The beach is a public beach that's in front of Ellen Icon where the Marina Towers are. How about that? That's pretty special in itself. So what I like about it is they have the general public can come and hang out. But we're not going to end there, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to something else. I'm not done. So stay tuned. Let me know what you think about Ellen Icon. I am now going to show you some TRX. TRX is only, now remember, 1,500 plus acres is Icon. Remember this next one I'm about to show you, which is also in my list so far, because I haven't had anybody submit any other list, but my list is TRX Exchange, 70 acres. Look at what they do with 70 acres. All right. Hopefully this video plays. You guys can see this, hopefully. And let me know what you guys think of this. This is pretty special. Let's see if it plays, though. Let me see if we can hear it. Let's see what happens. Up. We're up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about that project. And by the way, Icon and the TRX Exchange, the city is actually bringing their metro. So Europeans, they know metro, subway, transportation. They're bringing it to their properties. And in the case of TRX, they're actually putting an interchange where you can change trains at their location. So that means anybody that lives there, they can go anywhere in the city because they don't have to go get another train and hop trains or do anything. They can go north, south, east, and west from their place. And you notice they have their, it's beautiful how they have their mall in one level. On top, they have green areas with children's playground areas. They're also going to have something they didn't show, which is unique and different. They're going to have an indoor track for training for, I guess, people that are into running, cycling, whatever is going to be here at TRX Exchange. That's just for a starter. This is crazy what they have going on there. You can live in this place. How crazy is that? Oh, and by the way, they even have condos in there that are only starting like $370,000 right now. That's incredible. Now, that is in Malaysia, but this is beautiful in one of the biggest cities in Malaysia as well. World class. In fact, I believe it has, is it the tallest building or the second tallest twin towers in the world? First or second is in Kuala Lumpur. So just so you know, and then these guys are building the second biggest tower in the city is on this property. I'm just saying. All right. So those are the two entries, ladies and gentlemen, so far. Please, in replay or even tonight or next week, tomorrow, I don't care. Let me know an entry that you think would be sufficient to be possibly in the top 5 list for the world as far as residential real estate investment projects. Let me know. So far, I found 2. I think they're pretty nice. What do you guys think? Do you think either one of those are pretty nice? I do. I think both of them are right on time. And one other thing I want to mention that we didn't talk about tonight is if your project has transportation, that adds value. Because remember, when you have guests or if you live there yourself, just think about this. When you are getting ready to go out to go get something at the store or just going out shopping, you're going to go get your keys, drive. And then generally, if you're in a major city, you know what comes next when you get to the destination. There's going to be parking issues. So either you're going to have to pull up in a garage if they have it, or you're going to have to pull up at valet. Either way, if you live in New York, San Francisco, LA, Miami, when they say $50, when they say $75 for parking your car as you're going downtown or going somewhere to go shopping, that starts being a bad taste in your mouth. I don't care how much money you have, because the bottom line of the story is, hey, I'm coming down here to have a little fun, and now you're getting ready to leave. The valet's like 75, 50. Oh, you were here 3 hours. That's $125. Are you serious? So all I'm pointing out is if you have transportation to and from where you live and they're taking you to, in these cases, you can go anywhere because you can take the metro. In the case of a place like we were talking about Dominican Republic, well, now you're talking the beach. Now you're talking to the mall. But if your place has a mall or a commercial zone, then you're good. You start having all of these valuable items within walking distance or within a simple drive or ride or Ubers, whatever the case may be. Or what if there's shuttles, right? A shuttle can take you beach, malls, restaurant, shopping, whatever. Now that takes away the burden of you having to get in your car and then having to find a parking spot, have to possibly pay for valet or pay for parking and all this crazy nonsense. And I don't know about you, but in San Francisco, there's been plenty of times when I went down there and I'm in Union Square and the parking lot is full. Not just the one at Union Square, but then I go to the one that's a block over. That one's full. Then I go to the block after that. That one's full. Then finally, I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to drive around looking for parking. Let me just go valet. And the valet dude's like, it's $28 per hour, $35 per hour, whatever. I'm like, whatever, man. I don't even care when I see. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm having fun. Whatever the cost is, doesn't matter. But the point is, that's an added expense that's unnecessary when you have your own locations that already provide services that's included with your stay. Both in Punta, like the last thing that Vista Cana needs, maybe Nestor knows. Nestor says both looks amazing. The last thing, which Tony, George, Sebastian, those guys, they have one thing left, and I think they're going to implement it: transportation. Are they going to have trams? Are they going to have some bus? I mean, I don't want to say bus, but shuttle. Are they going to have shuttles that take people to the beach, downtown, and to the mall? But actually, they're going to have their own mall at the entrance. So maybe there's a tram that goes up to the mall at the entrance, and maybe there's a bus or shuttle that goes to downtown or takes people to the Bavaro Beach or wherever. That would be awesome, because that's the last thing that they're missing. Cruise on Land, Larimar, they're going to have shuttles to the beach, the mall, and I'm missing one, Beach Club. Those are the places that Cruise on Land and Larimar, which are out in Verone, they said, which I think they need, that would be highly recommended, obviously. Regardless of what you have on site, the transportation, just like Victor Marrero, I always bring it up, Margaritaville, right? They have an expansive place in Orlando. So you have your choice. Stay there. You can walk to shopping, restaurant, nightclubs, bars, all that. You can walk, but it's a long way. But then they have their little ways of getting people around as well. Those are the benefits on why people are going to pay more money to stay at your location from an investment standpoint. All right. So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Everything adds up. It ticks, ticks, tick, ticks. All right. I have people, I've been in the rental game for a long time. People ask for all kinds of things. When they go to an island, they'll say, does it have ocean view? That's number one in my book that I can ever remember. Whenever somebody's going to an island and you say, yes, I have a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom studio, does it have ocean view? And then number two is, if you say no, the next question, how far from the beach is it? So the two answers you need to give. One is, yes, you're on the beach. I'll use, hey, Victor Marrero once again. He's at the Galaxy at Hard Rock. His Galaxy unit has an ocean view. Ticks off the box. People are going to say, oh, I'm going to stay there. That's obvious. That's cool. That's beautiful. Other people who do not have ocean view, you get to go the opposite. You say, no, I don't have ocean view. And then the next question they ask is, how far are you from the beach? So then you say, well, it's 2 miles from the beach. They say, well, I'm going to have a rental car, no problem. Or I'm not going to have a rental car. So you know what the next question is coming. Is there a shuttle? And if you can say, yes, there's a shuttle and I'm not at the beach, that's a great answer. That also means you can charge more. All right. Just so you know. So somebody else who doesn't have a shuttle, they have a condo. Guess what? Now the person has to figure out Uber, taxi, pay whoever, get a rental car. All this adds up when you get into a situation where you have 3, 4, 5 people, and now all of a sudden everybody's not on the same page. We all don't want to go to the beach club, and we're not at the beach. We all don't want to go to the beach club. I want to go to the mall. The other person wants to go to a restaurant to go eat. The other two, now all of a sudden we have one car. That is not the ideal scenario. So you always want to eliminate things, because every time you can eliminate means I can charge more. And so that's why you want to be, if you're going to be downtown, so far there's no projects that I know that you can see the water from downtown, for instance. But you're going to be closer to getting to the beach from downtown. But now this is why, like the beach at City Place, Punta Cana City, the beach at Punta Cana City, this is why they started out saying they're going to have a shuttle. I don't know if they're still going to have a shuttle, but they were going to have a shuttle down to, I believe it was Pearl Beach Club. I don't know their arrangement right now. But that is a good answer. You have the beach, but some people are going to say, I want to go to the real beach. Some people are going to say, hey, I want to go to the mall, which is right there. You can walk, but still, if you have transportation even to the mall from where you are, that eliminates a person from walking. That eliminates a person from age. Keep in mind, a lot of people are 40, 50, 60. Not everybody can walk a long distance, nor do they want to. So if you can get transportation or have easy transportation access, that's a benefit. These are the type of things you have to think about from an investor standpoint. Just keep that in mind. All right. We've talked about several options for you. It doesn't matter wherever this real estate is. This is why downtown Miami and Brickell, this is why that's booming. This is why people are willing to pay $500,000, $700,000, $1 million for studios, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom condos. $1 million plus for penthouse units. $2 million. Why? Transportation is right there. The metro. Well, it's not subway, but I never can remember. They have Brightline, the train, so you can go up and down the coast. You can go through the city by using the monorail. I'll call it the monorail. Just a couple blocks, you can be there. They have their station right there for you. So that neighborhood, the value has increased. So you guys know I talked about Nativo in Miami. I talked about Lofty Brickell. Nativo in Miami, when it first came out 3 years ago, it was $324,000 for a studio. The 1-bedroom was $400,000. The 2-bedroom was like, I believe it was $550,000 to $600,000. Well, guess what? The studio unit now, 600,000. 1 bedroom, 7. The 2 bedrooms are 9. This is crazy. And they haven't even finished building it yet. Lofty Brickell, 501 residences. They were all in that same range when they came out. Lofty Brickell, because they have a marina and they have some restaurants and a bunch of other things the other ones don't have. These guys' prices are even 100,000 more than the first two 501 residences in Nativo, because simply they have a marina that they're building there, and they have other things too. But the fact of the matter is, their properties escalated faster than the others, and that was built last, or the third one built in Brickell. So this gives you an idea. This is Miami, downtown Brickell area. So once again, Professor Auntie Val, she's been here the whole time. South Florida girl, woman. So thank you so much, Professor Auntie Val. Once again, Beachfront Java, ladies and gentlemen. She started her entrepreneurship with Beachfront Java, even though she's already started before. But she started a new venture with the family, with the friends. I don't know, but go over there and order up Beachfront Java, because once you make your first order, make sure you put in SSN family, SSN lifestyle, send her an email after your first order, because every order thereafter for life, 10% off. Whole beans, fine ground beans, drip ground, not beans, drip ground, dry drip ground, fine ground, whole beans, Africa, Peru, Honduras, Indonesia, special blends. Go check it out. K-Cups also, go check it out. And merch, all there for you at beachfrontjava.com. But make sure you let her know you're from SSN Nation, because then 10% off after every order. And for all of those that know about ordering and you're from the United States, free shipping in the lower 48 states. All right. So everybody gets free shipping in the lower 48. Hawaii and Alaska may cost extra. Check it out. Go there. I put it in the comment section. Oh, no, I didn't. Not lately. Beachfrontjava.com. There you go. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow, Auntie Val. And yes, we have 2 live streams tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have Nestor on talking about Macau Hills. Can you believe they actually have $80,000 properties or less still, but it's in Macau, a little ways out from downtown Punta Cana, but that's okay. Punta Cana is going to grow. It's going to be huge. So therefore, that's not going to be so far out 4 years from now or 3 years from now. It's going to be like, oh, okay, we're going to go past this, because now there's an airport out there. That's my thoughts. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I think the airport's going to be out there. So, and plus there's going to be other resorts and other amenities out that way as well. It's going to be, this whole area is going to be just blow up. People were able to get cheap property out there, developers. So that means they're going to build something special out there. Just like developers were able to get cheap land in Verone. Just like he was saying, it used to be a dump area, an area that you would not have used. Now they're using it. So it was cheap to get the land out there. In theory, I don't know how much they paid for it. All right. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't as expensive as like a place that you have to get now in Punta Cana proper. So just saying. Now, I believe that's going to end it for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think. I haven't heard too much. I heard a good people saying, I like the TRX, I like the Ellen Icon, but has anybody found another project that's worthy of being one of the best residential real estate projects in the world? They're hard to come by, because let's just face it, it costs a lot of money to produce that, to be the best or one of the best. It's not like you can just spend like a few $100 million. You're going to need something extra. And so my number one project, I got to mention this. I don't know if they're doing this, but what I like about it is they're going to have hotels. Just what Cana's done. Put in these like 5-star, 3-diamond hotels. I like that. That gets you a little clientele, a little cachet, right? So that gives you a little, people start going, well, hey, if this is a I'll use like a Kimpton, right? Most people never heard of Kimpton, but we'll use Kimpton Hotel. Nice brand, a little upscale. So you have a Kimpton Hotel there, recognized as probably, I don't know, 4-star, 5-star, whatever. That's a good thing because certain people would know that hotel brand. Just like if they had a Margaritaville all of a sudden want to show up there, that would be a cool brand. If they had a Hard Rock show up with the casino, that would be awesome, but it won't happen because they're going with the Arenas group apparently. But all I'm saying is anything that brings upscale clientele or luxury, that's a plus. So if they are committed to bringing in 5-star hotels, 3-diamond hotels, then that's a bonus, right? Just like Cana is doing. Downtown Punta Cana, I haven't seen their 5-star hotels so far. I mean, nice hotels, AC hotel generally around the world's nice, but I don't think they're doing 5 stars or attempting that. They're leaving that to new hotels coming in or Cana or even like Larimar in this case. Vista Cana, they opted out of the hotel. I wish they would have put a 5 or 4-star hotel, a highly rated hotel there. That would have been nice. So those are the type of things you look for. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Nestor's going to be back tomorrow, 7:05 or 7:35. I haven't determined what time it's going to be yet, but I'll schedule with him. So be prepared. If you haven't signed up with our email list, please go down to the very bottom of the description box and sign up for the email list. That'd be greatly appreciated. Also, you already know Nestor's number. Contact him if you were interested in any of the properties that we talked about. Let him know you're from the SSN Nation. It's scrolling on the screen again. +1 for the WhatsApp, 809-918-1228. Get in touch with him. Let him know. Like I said, you're from SSN Nation. And tomorrow night, if you have questions about Macau Hills, Macau Gardens, and we're going to find out about maybe even another property, and know that we're on Ansaya. We'll probably mention Ansaya again is on phase 3. That means the values have went up $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, but it's still not too late. At least it hasn't went up 50,000 or 60,000 yet. No jumps like that, but give it a little time. You need to get in now for whatever project you want, no matter where it is. As long as it's in a high demand area, now's the time to get in, all right? I'll say that for the 50th time. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, you know I love you very much. If there's ever anything you want to talk about, you know the chat room is open. It's available to everybody. And we answer questions here truthfully. Give you our honest opinions, whether it's good or bad. You don't have to agree, but at least just listen, all right? And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, and that's why stop struggling now. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. You can get some real estate with appreciation on our minds, with great projects available to you, reasonable prices. Until they're not, I don't know what more you can ask for. You have a chance. You have an opportunity. And you know about it. So with all that said, keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.